excuse them.
You're embarrassing yourselves, you're embarrassing our community.
Let's really be clear about that.
You're embarrassing yourselves, you're embarrassing our community. You're embarrassing yourselves, you're embarrassing our community.
Yeah. It's entertainment. Harlem World. I'm the legend from the Hudson. Hey, ma, how you? I am that dude. You are so cute. Oh, it's lit. We knew. Talk to me. Hey, ma, how you? I am that dude. You are so cute. Oh, it's lit. We knew. Talk to me. Pulled up to the club. I'm talking at La Marina. My cousin Chucky Black is wavy. He in the Beamer. Mommy looking good. She see me. She with the peoples. And this is how entertainment. We moving like we the Beatles. I'm from Harlem. My ego is very lethal. This lady looked amazed. I'm talking to her people. Speaking all the sism like a pimp to a Mac. I'm too successful to lie. I'm speaking nothing but facts. Your booty is fat, but tell me, did you wrestle? Can't f with stupid if your grind is on the struggle. Yeah, I know you love a fly that takes a stand. And I don't wrestle for likes, it's word to Instagram. I'm in the tropics, beaches of Martinique. I really get to a bag, I practice on what I preach. Life is really a beach, I'ma have it my way. I own the sand and the beach, cause I'm really that way. Hey ma, how you? I am that dude. You are so cute. Oh, it's lit. We knew. Talk to me. Hey ma, how you? I am that dude. You are so cute. Oh, it's lit. We knew. Talk to me. Stack you hard, fool.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Peace, 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 peace to everybody that's checking in tonight. Fair warning to everybody that's coming in here. You will be triggered tonight. Let's be very, very clear. Kamala, help me out before we even get started.
Let's really be clear about that.
You will get triggered tonight. Honest conversation. All races are welcome. Yes, this is a blackety black platform. All races, all sex, you are welcome tonight. Reparations. All right? Black fatigue, the conversation. Now, some going to say, yo, we're a little bit late. Y'all late with it, Chef. Nah, we right on time. We right on time with this one. So let's be very, very clear, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be getting this thing cranked up in a little less than 3 minutes. I want to send a major salute to everyone that is checked in with us right now. We are going to have the conversation that you've been waiting for. No sugarcoating, no tap dancing, ain't no, take it easy. None of that happening tonight. None of that's happening tonight. So we're going to get this thing cranked up in a little less than 3 minutes. Salute to everybody that is checked in with us. Salute.
Oh, shit. Double BMJ. Let's go. Ladies, you already know what it is.
You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community.
If you rap NJ, put your hands up. Drop low, back it up. Wait, slide in, then you dip. All my ladies, put your hands on your hip. Where we from? Jersey. Get them up if you heard me. Back it up, no sauce, you don't want that. Got the side on deck with a blood red.
Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. Y'all thought I was playing. Let's be serious about what has to happen. Can we be honest, Black America? 'Cause tonight, I got the brothers coming in tonight. It's going to be a packed house, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation that y'all need today, the brothers is going to be in the building. Everybody going to be in here tight. Can we have it 100% honest conversation here tonight? All right? We're going to see. Salute to everybody that's checked in with us. We getting cranked up in a little less than 2 minutes, y'all. Salute.
You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Peace, 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 man. Let's get this zesty up off the Let's get that zesty up off the camera, y'all. Oh, man. Salute to everybody that's checked in, ladies and gentlemen. This is a conversation I believe has been long overdue. The brothers will be cammed up tonight. We are here to have a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's preliminaries will be a little different for y'all, though, family. Will be a little bit different. Tonight, you're going to have the opportunity for our audience to time a panelist out. You send a $10 cash app, they sit down for 10 minutes. You specify what panelists you want to sit down because you're tired of hearing they shit. You send a $10 cash app, they chill out for 10 minutes. You send a $15 cash app. A $15 cash app, they sit down for 15 minutes. You're timing panelists out. Okay? You want to get me the hell up out the way. You send a $200 cash app, shut the program down. Put me on ice, goddammit. Huh? So we're going to do it. It's a little bit of different today. And let's be very clear. We're not doing no 5-minute timeouts. So no $5 timeouts, no $2 timeouts. We start right at the 15-minute, 10-minute timeout, family. Okay, for this conversation. Just to be very clear. Kamala Harris.
Let's really be clear about that.
Yeah. So if you tired of hearing this shit niggas is saying, and you say, Chef, I want that motherfucker to sit down. I don't want to hear his mouth or her mouth, because tonight it will be open to everyone. All races are welcome tonight. All sexes are welcome tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So if we get a white boy in here talking crazy, shout out to the white boy. He can sit any of us down too. Okay? Also, for tonight, after 30 minutes of the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I will not highlight any more comments from the chat area. You want your comments read, you got to send a cash app. That can be any dollar amount. All right? That can be any dollar amount. Okay? You want your comments read, any dollar amount. Okay? That's a fact. That's a fact. So let's be very clear, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to have a conversation because black fatigue is a real thing. Negroes are tired of Negroes. And apparently, white folks are tired of Negroes. Your reparations, it's one of them conversations tonight. They tired of hearing you talk about reparations, no vote, no. Cut the check. They tired of that. They tired of hearing it. And even black folks is tired of hearing you say it. Okay? Tired of hearing me say it. So fuck you too. Those that are tired of hearing me say it, go to hell. God damn it. All right? I'm going to keep saying it. But tonight we going to have a conversation, family. Can black love survive if two people that are in a relationship, heterosexual relationship, man and woman, to be very clear, can it work when one believes in reparative justice and the other does not? Let's have a conversation. Right? Is that brother or sister off code? As they say, off code, ladies and gentlemen. I'm setting the stage tonight. Is that brother or sister off code if they decide to date outside their race, but that person supports the cause? You got a Latina or a kin supporting a sister for her reparations repair. Are they off code now? Let's be honest. Let's have a conversation tonight. Yeah. Okay? But in the meantime, before we go too far, let me get the little homie chef in here, man. If y'all in the building, let your boy know it's real. We here to have a type of conversation that's going to have your blood high tonight. I'm hoping to get one of my racist white boy colleagues in here to get y'all on fire. Yes. To get y'all upset tonight. Yes. So let me get little homie Chef in here in the meantime. If you're in the building, sound off in the community kitchen chat. Let me get little Chef in here.
Peace. What's happening with everybody? What's happening? What is happening? I see my brother Q from Let's Talk 2 in here. He came ready early to get it popping, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be that kind of conversation. Salute to brother Q. Yes, indeed. Who else is in here? Let's see who else is in the building. We got our sister Star to God. Our sister Star is in the building. Salute, Sister Star. Salute. Let me see who else is in here. Let me see. Yes, indeed. We got our sister Queen DW on deck. Salute, Queen DW. Let me see. Who else is in here? Who else? Let's see. Who else is in the building? If you're in the building, sound off. Let me see. Who else is in here? We got the brother, the God. Our brother Black Laren is in the building. Salute, brother Black Laren. Salute. Yes, indeed. Who else is in here? We got American Man. Yeah, everybody getting busy with this. Let's do it. Salute to the American Man for checking in. Yes, indeed. Who else is in here? Let me see. Alright, we go for now. Alright, salute the little chef.
Shout out to Lil Chef, y'all. Shout out to Lil Chef, man. Okay, if you're here for the first time, but you're not here for a long time, I am your host, Chef C from New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. And this is On Their Necks, bringing you Pat Talk, the one y'all been waiting for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we here to have a conversation. Yeah. We here to have a conversation tonight, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We got the brothers on deck tonight. It's going to be that type of time tonight. Yes, indeed. So, if you're here for the first time, you're not here for a long time, I am your host, Chef C from New Jersey. This program is brought to you by Bloodline Films in collaboration with LWF Training for season 2 of On Their Next podcast. But we bringing y'all tonight Pat Talk. Yes, indeed. So we got all the brothers in here coming through right now. Let me get my brother Q in here. I see Q from Let's Talk 2 in here. Q! What's happening, Q?
I'm hoping somebody time me out like $15, $20. Matter of fact, drop a 150. And I'll just call it and I'll just stay in the chat.
Yeah.
Drop 150. Make sure you make the cash app ring.
Yeah. Light it up tonight, y'all.
I'm good. Very interested in having this conversation. Hopefully everybody in the chat is up to speed with the topics, the main course and the appetizer, and being able to have a discussion whether we agree or not on what is going on and why it's going on and like what does black fatigue mean to you? And how maybe a lot of black people are black fatigued. Because the original black fatigue comes from us. Is it being co-opted like woke? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Maybe some of us are fatigued with, dealing with the microaggressions that go on every day. With their occupation or going to the store or whatever. So, interested in having this conversation.
Yes, indeed, man. Salute to our brother Q from Let's Talk 2, man. Good to always see Q. I got the wolf. We're going to get the wolf in here. Let me get the wolf up to the top, man, ladies and gentlemen, because the wolf is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to brother Juan J. Johnson. Yes, indeed, brother Juan J. Johnson. How are you this evening, sir?
I am ready to cook.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Hey, you see how somber this brother is? That means it's gonna be one of them nights tonight, y'all. Q got the beverage. I got a beverage ready to go.
Caucuses.
He got all the beverages is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to tell you, if you're sensitive, this gonna hurt some of y'all tonight. I'm just telling you. You see, I came out with the, I got my lights together. It's a whole different thing tonight. I'm telling you, if you're sensitive, you might want to get some ice for your ass, because it's that type of time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But my brother Juan J. Johnson, he told me, ladies and gentlemen, listen. He told me he's got acronym fatigue.
There you go. Yeah. That was my title, acronym fatigue and black fatigue and the hate produced. Yeah. I'm going there tonight.
Yeah. Hey, brother Q, if you had to narrow down, if you could narrow down the type of fatigue that a brother Q from Let's Talk 2 might have within the subset of black fatigue, what could that be for you, sir?
You mean narrow it down? Like, what is more important? Like, if I had to list the top thing that I'm most fatigued within the black fatigue.
Yeah, you're a subsidiary of the umbrella of black fatigue. What would that be for you?
Bourgeoisie, coons, and sellouts. Bourgeoisie, coons, and sellouts. We need to understand that some of us, not only are we descendants of slaves, some of us are descendants of the house nigga.
Oh, you already go. Hey, Q, come on, let's ease into this shit now. Damn. Let me ease into it, Q.
Some of us are descendants of the boule. Some of us are descendants of the bourgeoisie. Some of us descendants of the people that said, Massa, they trying to escape. If you could track your lineage, you'll know that. So I'm that's where I'm fatigued at. I'm tired of these sellout coons. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of people taking positions and jobs, saying they taking these positions and jobs in the name of black trauma. But the reality is that they want to keep the people from the grassroots down. They literally, I have a new name for them. Their name is the overseer.
Make it plain, Q. Make it plain for these Negroes.
And I wish nothing good for them but a caucus.
Okay, Q.
No prosperity. I don't even think it's coon rehabilitation. I think anybody that continuously and has purposely sold out and even co-opted the word black fatigue to mean that somebody's tired of what we going through in this country, I wish nothing upon them but death immediately. And that's not a threat. That's not a promise. That's not insult and violence. But when you're a traitor to who you are, what else do you have left? You have nothing left. And we got a lot of traitors.
Well, sir. Q not even trying to let us go. Q, you don't want no appetite? No appetite? Fuck the appetizer.
See, one thing about taking the appetizer, right? One thing about the appetizer is that the appetizer is a reminder of the bullshit that we deal with every day amongst us too. The appetizer is a smack in the face that we sitting around playing, giggling, laughing, while somebody got us on their plate, ready to come eat. Y'all know, know, if you live somewhere and you got a town and they having a feast, the big buffet. Chef is a chef. When it's a big buffet, you have what they call fillers. You're gonna have a lot of starch, a lot of vegetables. So when you know it's the feast coming, you're gonna go down there with your boot. Y'all gonna go get a plate and y'all gonna eat. You're gonna make sure that you're not hungry. I mean, that you're hungry before you go eat. That's the Black American on that plate. That's Black American's trauma on that plate. That's just how it's been. And that's true meaning of Black fatigue. When we getting tired of fake reparative justice. No tangibles. So we need to ask ourselves, are we tired of it?
Okay, Q, I see where you at tonight. Okay, Q not fucking around. All right, then fuck it then, Q.
No,
Huh?
if you like to see Chef C's Cash App for $150, I will sit my rabbit ass down so quick and be in the chat. Make sure you hit that Cash App so you can hear that bell ring. But honestly though, we're gonna have some interesting stuff to talk about tonight.
Well, damn, Q, you kind of fucked up my whole shit.
Because the Black Americans are in the rigor mortis stage.
All right, y'all a little too hot. Y'all been thinking about this too much. Let's slow it down.
You started this, Chef C. In your email, you started all this. You should have said we're gonna have a fun show. No, you started it. Didn't he, Brother Juan? He started all this. So we bring in caucuses. We bring in cadavers, real cadavers, because we're in rigor mortis stage.
Okay. So you concur, you share that sentiment, Brother Wolf, that the stage has already been set. We always like to ease in for the family, but you know what? Fuck it. It's what it is, right? It's what it is. I'll tell you about my Black fatigue. Shit, fuck it. Here's my Black fatigue. I have Black fatigue for fake advocates. Generation after generation, I've watched, heard about them even before before I even came out of womb. Hearing about these advocates and hearing about a bunch of ancestors having died for our right to do whatever, or my ancestors spilled blood, so we owed this. And I'm just saying to myself, niggas are lying. You're lying. You're not really about that. It sound good, right? It was a lot of actionable barking at one point. Salute our brother ABM. Salute. It was a lot of actionable barking at one point. Okay? Particularly taking place in the 60s, later 60s. Them brothers and sisters was getting busy. But since then, I haven't seen many Negroes and Negresses getting packed up and locked up on behalf of or the pursuit of reparative justice. I haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of fast-talking, charismatic motherfuckers going on television and doing all of this fly shit and head bopping and having dumbass debates and not getting a goddamn thing moved. I am sick of fake advocates. And if you're thinking about somebody, I'm talking about them. Yeah, let's be, Kamala.
Let's really be clear about that.
That's who I'm talking about. It's that type. If we're not going to play Q, let's not play then. Let's not fucking play then. Huh? Any advocate out here, any one of them, anyone, you can associate it with an acronym or not. I'm talking about them. They're lying. Okay? These Negroes and Negresses haven't paid the real price and won't. Okay? So we gonna stop playing tonight. Tonight I'm not gonna play with y'all. Let me sip on this. Hold on. Shit. If Q, Q, I was trying to ease into this shit. Let me sip on my honey water.
You know, to piggyback off what you said is we need to ask ourselves, okay, maybe that you never understood anything about reparations, maybe in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because everybody comes around to understand repetitive justice for what it is when they do. However you came, whenever you came to understanding and getting a foothold of what has happened and you start to understand it, you start to realize that in a lot of these circles, what it is we're regurgitating the same talking points to each other. I don't need to be on a panel talking about reparations with Chef C and Brother Juan because they believe in reparations. I don't need to talk about reparations to Brother Juan and Chef C or Dr. Short. They believe in reparations. It's regurgitating the same talking points, having a show for intellectual masturbation.
Come on.
And this is what we need to stop doing. We have a bunch of people who have co-opted the reparations movement, which we should understand. It was people that was co-opting it before we even started understanding anything about reparations. And it's people who have grifted it. So with that, we should be talking to or starting grassroots stuff, organizing locally first and foremost, and get the fuck off of Twitter, get off of social media, regurgitating talking points, and then want to know why your left hand know what your right hand doing. Because you talk too much. You talk too much. You telling too much. Not that it's a secret, not that it's something illegal, not that it's thing, but you don't let your right hand, don't let your left hand know what it's doing. You have a better chance going somewhere, organizing from the grassroots out there amongst the people, talking to people, explaining to people what's what, and then trying to use your influence to leverage people to understand the fight. That's the issue. That is the core of the issue. Because like I said, we have become a regurgitating community. And what happens is that if I don't agree with Brother Juan's acronym or he don't agree with mine, now I'm attacking him, but we both saying we from the lineage.
Come on.
Whether I agree with Brother Juan's approach or not, let's just say social media. The least that I could do is get Brother Juan's email. If I have a disagreement with him, I could email him and say to him, look, I don't agree with your point. Explain to me what you're saying. This is what men do. This is what leaders do. This is what people who really want change do, that if they have a disagreement, they'll do it privately. They won't air each other out and use their platforms to attack each other. Definitely if they have an agreement on the basic principle of reparations. Brother Juan wear dreads. I wear my hair bald. Am I mad at him for wearing dreads? No, he looks like my brother, if you ask me. But we so caught up in whether somebody looks like us, has everything down with us, or this ain't a monolith. None of this is a monolith. People aren't monolith. And we're the only community who will say we're not a monolith, but criticize each other for not being a monolith.
Nigga. Come on, Q.
We're the only community who will always say we are not a monolith, but criticize each other for not being a monolith. Brother Juan's doing a show. Brother Juan said, okay, reparations is in the 12 million. I feel like Brother Juan lowballed the number. So now I'm making a show or having a show blasting Brother Juan instead of just picking up the phone and calling him or saying, I think your numbers might be wrong. Explain to me where you get your numbers at. And I can explain to him where I get my number at. Because perhaps you may be wrong. Mm-hmm. And this is a major problem because unfortunately, one thing that we have to understand in any community definitely will dealing online is that anybody online could be weaponized. And what I mean by that is weaponized to an ideology where you start becoming their leader. Or they're looking at you as a leader and they start following you. When you have influence, people start following you, whether you like it or not. And they're very easy because you may be rigid with your ideology, that they're very easy to follow you. And now they're wreaking havoc in your name. And this is what happens. Dr. Short gave me a very good book he referenced, and I actually pulled it out somewhere in this office. And it's about cults. This is how cults start. Cults start. You think Jim Jones got these people to drink the Kool-Aid just by saying, drink this Kool-Aid, it got poison in it? It wasn't that easy, but it wasn't that hard either. So we need to, as they say, understand what's really going on with advocacy online, understanding our online behavior as men, as women, as adults who say that we're responsible, and understanding what we need to be doing if, as they say, putting in the work. We ain't got reparations yet, but I got all these people running around here talking about they put in the work. You ain't did shit.
Go with
until that check get cut. You ain't put no work in. You just doing something. You ain't put no work in. Where was the check cut? If anybody could tell me one reparations check that was cut for the descendants of chattel slavery, from slavery to redlining, Jim Crow to mass incarceration, that a check was cut from that. Don't tell me online you putting in the work. You blowing a bunch of fucking hot air. So we need to really get off this arguing with each other, not working collectively with each other, and get off of these just puff, talk. It's a joke. And we're being taken as a joke because of it. Because of it. Some people take credit for the vice president not winning the election. If that's what you think happened, why she didn't win the election because of your vote, maybe that's good for you.
Or your couch. Fuck out of here. The fuck.
But the bottom line is we like Chef C, we ain't doing nothing because we have this premise. And this is when you know people don't know what the hell they talking about. Oh, I'll die for this. I'm not dying for this. I'd live for it, but I'm not dying for nothing. I will live for it. And it's a big difference to people who were really doing tangible actions. Let's just say the 60s. They had no other choice. They believed in these slogans, freedom or death.
They believed in it.
They ain't got no time to be talking.
And that's why they got murked.
We sitting there talking, I don't, Brother Juan don't want to deal with me. But come on, man. And I use Brother Juan and Chef C as my example when I'm talking, because we all see what goes on in Twitter. We all see what goes on online. I have no time to be for nobody that say they're about reparative justice for my people. Because I may not see reparations in my lifetime, or you may not see it in your lifetime. But the bottom line is, like, we need to do more. We need to really, really do more. And stop this chitter chatter and puffing and all this other stuff.
Well, I'll say this, Brother Q. Look. The greatest opposition to our progression or our reparative justice has become us. White boys ain't getting off the bench no more. Okay? They've leased out the task. Okay? They've mobilized all your favorite people while niggas still worship celebrity. Okay? And you throw away your reparative justice just to say, I went to that Beyonce concert. Jay-Z looking good. He's a billionaire. Why you slum the fuck out? But when you leave it to the internet, most niggas is millionaires online. Right? From YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, right? X. Everybody making money. Everybody is up. And then you got the Negroes and Negresses who never come off the bench. Actually, don't even get in the stadium. But if they give it to you, I'll take it, ass niggas. If they give it to you, I'll take it. White people are they've become as little of the problem to our situation than we are. Black folks are leading the charge against our own depression. And also, I mean, nobody's really landing on a line like they used to. We got to be honest about that. Having rallies, having blowhorns in your hands, even doing some little community shit ain't getting reparative justice, y'all. And I don't blame white folks when they say they tired of hearing it. I don't blame even the coons and the niggas or the niggas and negresses that never got off the bench and said they tired of hearing it. Because they ultimately, let's make it plain. They don't believe you. Okay? And half the time when there's even a little motion coming from the ground up, there is people in this same quote unquote movement who shut it the fuck down before it gets the traction that it needs. So white folks ain't getting off the bench no more. They sending other folks that look like us to do it. They have been doing it. Who killed Malcolm X? Who got Martin Luther King out the way? Who slowed down the ADOS movement? That's too close, Chef. Shut the fuck up. You cowards. You're liars. You're liars. At some point, house has to get cleaned. The house got to get cleaned. I will be joining our brother Juan J. Johnson in his efforts to step over carcasses. They will be some of the closest to you. To me. Let's be very clear. Kamala, help me out.
Let's really be clear about that.
Okay? There will be some of the closest relatives to us. Ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you that there's more people in your family who will go against you getting repaired because you making trouble.
I was doing Chef C, I was doing some research, right? And I want to ask everybody in the chat a question before I say the answer, right? Don't Google it. If you know off your top of your head, I just found this out yesterday. I was sitting here and I was reading the brother's book here. The brother Jared Ball, The Myth of Propaganda of Black Power.
Let me get that cue. Let me zoom in on that cue real quick. Let me get that up there. Okay.
Right? Brother Jared Ball, right? Okay. He has a YouTube channel called I Mix What I Like, right? So I like a lot of the stuff he says. He has that Malcolm spirit, that understanding what true revolution is. And he mentioned something in the book that I didn't know. And a lot of you guys that's on social media, you have seen that video, How to Sell a Negro.
Come on.
And he mentioned something in the book, right, on how to sell a Negro. Right? So you see the white guy come out and he's talking, showing TVs and all that. How to sell a Negro. Do y'all know who created that? It was in the 50s. He mentioned in the book that John Johnson created that. The same person who bought you Ebony and Jet magazine. Now we understand the problem. We need to understand the problem. Before we move forward, we have to clean house of people who do not have the collective's best interests at heart. These bourgeoisie, boule, uppity Negroes are going to always cut you at the kneecaps. Her brother brought up ADOS, a grassroots organization that Yvette Carnell and Tone started. People got to be honest. And, some things happened and they allowed it to be destroyed. Not destroyed like it's over, but it took a serious step back over personal shit. Let's be honest. Stuff on who gonna get credit for what?
Come on.
On who gonna say, oh, they characterizing me wrong in a newspaper article. F them. F what your enemy thinking. Or one individual agree with something that's going on, and then instead of emailing, calling, inboxing, now you want to post about a particular individual. I know an individual who says he's a reparationist. He spoke ill of Dr. Claude Anderson to me about what Dr. Claude Anderson was saying about the boule and the bourgeoisie. And I kindly told the individual, I said, yo, this is where me and your conversation comes to an end. I didn't fight him. I didn't disrespect him. None of that. I just said this is where the conversation comes to an end because we were talking about reparations and the whole conversation was about reparations. We mentioned this thing because a bunch of people have decided to use our teacher, Elder Neely Fuller's book, The Code, and people have adapted how everything needs to have a code and an understanding. And we've adapted it. And now we started saying the code is our leader. Like, I'm going to keep saying that to y'all. If you thinking a code is going to lead you and your family and your people out of what we're going through, keep on waiting for it. Keep on waiting for it. Men lead. Period. Men lead. You want to sit around and wait? Lead. All the men need to be leading. Because we all know, the sisters going to follow us. The sisters going to support us. The sisters is going to do the sisters is going to be down with what we down with regardless. The sisters is good. I can already say for a fact, without even, and I don't want to revere off too much of the subject, right? But I bet you I can say to Chef C, who supports your channel more, women or men? I guarantee it say women. Because you know why? Women know strength when they see it.
Shout out to my sister Star. Shout out to my sister DW. Shout out to all the sisters. My Q Star, Q to the scales. Shout out to all the sisters that put on, and also shout out to the brothers who always support the program. Brother Nico, Big Meech.
So I say that to say, men lead. We need to understand what's going on. We need to understand, and the reason why I brought it up because, like I said, I was reading the book. I'm like, how the hell you got the most popular magazine ever? Ebony and Jet was a staple in everybody's home. Y'all know the coffee table, you had every Jet magazine. If you was a little boy, that little swimsuit was ripped out the magazine and taped and stapled in your house. And you used to be, having your little boy moment, looking at them beautiful Black women. But the same individual, Joe Johnson, that was his phrase, how to sell to the Negro. And we've been calling it and chasing it ever since. Buy black. Buy black for what? We don't own shit. We ain't got no money. We're worse off. If you look at that wealth gap, we're worse off now than we was in the 60s.
That part. Salute to Sister Jane. Thank you as well. always riding with us.
Black home ownership is down worse now than it was in the 60s.
That part, Q. Wake that up.
We got more millionaires, but we got more people under the poverty. So it's no such thing as I'm moving forward and I'm gonna grab one hand and grab this brother, another hand and grab another brother, and we all gonna cross the finish line. We need to stop having that intellectual jerk off because that's what it is. I'm gonna land my plane for right now, man. If you want to donate to the show to shut me up,
Hey, Q, marinate for a second, Q. Marinate for a second, man. Look. Shout out to Q. Listen, we gonna drop the link, ladies and gentlemen, because I gotta hear from everybody. All races are welcome today. Hopefully I got a couple white boys. I sent the bird out for one of my racist homies to come in here and talk his shit. I hope he come in here today. But listen, we gonna open the platform up. And let's be very clear about something. When I open the platform up, when I drop the link, actually, I'm going to put the link in very shortly. To remain off, because we believe in tonight's conversation, you need to say it with your chest. So that means cam up. Okay? If you do not want to cam up, that is a $15 cash app to not cam up. Okay? Tonight, you say it with your chest. You understand?
and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the program. Like, we should have more likes than viewers. Because I know some people come in and they come out. But hit the like button, y'all.
Right. We got 70 plus in here. So definitely hit the like, y'all. 70 plus in here. Hit the like or the dislike. Send us a nice fuck you with the dislike. We're going to be all right regardless. Okay? But we definitely want to hear from y'all that's out there. What type of fatigue do you... Hold on, Q. Hold on, Q. Hold on. What type of fatigue do you have when it comes to the black fatigue? What is your subsidiary of the fatigue under that umbrella? Go ahead, Q.
I want to just answer the question of the brother Rod Luther. He raised a very interesting point. He said, but Jared Ball does not like Claude Anderson's approach called powernomics. Bingo. You brought up a very interesting point in what I would consider black intellectualism. Dr. Claude Anderson is our elder. Dr. Claude Anderson is someone who we all love with his powernomics. Jared Ball, who doesn't agree with Dr. Claude Anderson, he just doesn't agree with Dr. Claude Anderson. And I'm going to take from both of them. Whether I agree on Jared Ball on everything or whether I agree on Dr. Anderson on everything. And that's one of the issues that we have. We don't understand sometimes, and let's say they're contemporaries. Contemporaries disagree. And for me, I don't agree with nobody totally 100%. That goes back to the conversation about monolith and understanding that black intellectualism should be respected first, and then you take from it what you can. And what you don't think is beneficial towards your personal situation and the way that you view with black Americans as a collective, you don't agree with it. That's what we have to do. But we take sides. Who's better, Booker T or Du Bois? Who do I agree with? And then they said that Booker T was a sellout. And this, that person, that one. And then why they hated Garvey. And, why Garvey was this. Garvey did that. Why Garvey hated them. For me, I'm not of that ilk to hate on none of these people. I have my problems with some of the stuff that Garvey did. And I have my issues with some of the stuff that Du Bois did. I prefer Booker T, but I have my issues with Booker T. So we need to understand, I consider myself a layman. As a layman, I will take from all of them and get the best out of all of them and be able to move on. to answer that question, Brother Rod. And I apologize if I was long-winded.
No doubt. I want to go to the Wolf. At this stage of the game, we are no longer reading comments in the comment section. If you want your comment highlighted, send a Cash App. If you want your comment highlighted, send a Cash App, ladies and gentlemen. But let me go to the Brother Wolf. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir, we are dealing with one of the highest levels of fatigue. But let's be very clear about this, sir, right? This black fatigue thing is not a new subject, right? And I want to send also a salute to my man Freezy, man. He did a phenomenal broadcast on this and got me very interested in this black fatigue. So then I start looking this thing up and I said to myself, what the hell? Well, niggas have always been talking about how they've been fed up with other niggas. Okay? Remember Donahue. We had a bunch of black folks on the Donahue show. They was talking all this. Man, we had plenty. It was plenty situation, but it was just packaged differently. Now this is the latest version, y'all. Okay? Of black folks being tired of black folks and also white folks feeding it through their talking heads. Okay? or looking for that one opportunity to essentially say nigga. All right? They've been always trying to find a way to be either a victim or find a way how they can say nigga to you. Okay? And get away with it. So this is just the latest version of that. Black fatigue, right? Now that's got signal boost to all of their bought and paid for social media engineers, right? Your social architects, and the rest of them just signal boosted like they always do. Okay? This is the subject for the next 2 weeks or so. Just another media terroristic tactic and strategy to keep all of us constantly thinking about Diddy this, right? Cassie, this happened to Cassie. The motherfucker. We getting tax. Tax might get passed through the damn Congress now. So tax free tips on taxes now, right? Just to keep Negroes looking all over the place and never having no focus or any time to think about any damn thing. Okay. That media is the media has become a psychological mercenary. Okay. I can't even say has become. It's always been waging war on our subconscious. Okay. But nonetheless, Brother Wolf, I got to go to you, sir. You made it very clear to me. You said, listen, Chef, I have acronym fatigue, sir.
Yeah.
You know, elaborate on that for everybody.
Well, before I go into my spiel, I did drop a quote by Dr. John Henry Clark in the chat that says, a people who don't respect their ancestors, the offspring won't respect them. Mm. And just to follow up on that comment, I need to put some respect on the 100th anniversary birthday of Haj Malik El Shabazz, Malcolm X. He would have been 100 years old on the 19th of May. Okay. And that one quote I said, it collaborates with the whole Malcolm X piece. We don't put no respect on the ancestors. Every year there's a President's Day.
One moment, Brother Wolf. Hold that, please, right there. I got to salute my brother ABM for sending a Cash App to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to my brother ABM, man. Appreciate you. Salute. Appreciate you, brother ABM, for being our first contributor to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, we do need a sponsor for today. We are at the hour mark. If I do my math correctly, I make $5 an hour right now, as per ABM. That means I literally can barely get a dozen of eggs right now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't treat me like this. Don't treat the brothers on the platform. At least show us it's real, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsor somebody. We need a sponsor. $ FTS49, $25 makes you the sponsor for today's broadcast. Anyone who matches it becomes the co-sponsor, and anyone who surpasses the $25 mark becomes the sole sponsor of today's broadcast. Also, to keep in mind, if you don't want to hear any of us talking on this platform, you want to time us out for 10 minutes. You send a $10 cash app to sit us down, to sit the Wolf or Brother Q down for 10 minutes. If you want to knock me off, that's $200. Just say, get that nigga Chef up out the way. I don't want to hear from the rest of the broadcast. I only want to hear from Q and Brother Wolf. I'll drop down. That's $200 on your head, though. God damn it. Okay? Also, if you want to sit them down for 15 minutes, that's a $15 cash app, ladies and gentlemen. You want to sit them down for 15? Okay, that's a $15 cash app. Okay, salute to everybody that's in here. Brother Wolf, please continue, sir.
Yeah, I was saying it's only ironic that we're having this conversation on the 100th year anniversary of the birth of Malcolm X. And I find it ironic that, I was looking at the series that Hate produced. It came on in 1959, which is only 66 years ago, that Dan Rather came up with the Hate produced. He introduced the whole nation to the Nation of Islam, and even Malcolm. That's when the people first saw Malcolm. And this was only 66 years ago, family. It's only 66 years ago.
Right.
Now we're talking about black fatigue after 66 years. I'm calling cat. I'm calling cat because.
And when you think about it respectfully, Brother Juan, and how it all ties in, we as a generation who may not really understand what that movement was about, that it literally changed black men. It literally changed black women. And the whole Dan Rather should have never been celebrated as much as he was, to title a show like this when he didn't even understand what the movement was about. And how it put life back into, black excellence, having some type of form of black pride. So much so now that we don't, like I said, we don't understand, man. We gotta realize, man, check your lineage, man, and understand that you may come from somebody that was a house nigga. You may come from the bourgeoisie.
Come on, Q. Come on.
You may think you're grassroots. You may think that you for the grass, for the ground, but the reality is that you may come from the better than. I have a friend, she comes from the bourgeoisie, right? But she understands where she comes from, and she is 100% down with grassroots because she understands both sides of her lineage. So a lot of us don't understand, like, a lot of people are traitors. We are the only community who praise their traitors.
Praise them, King. Come on.
Our traders have nothing to worry about. They good. And when I mean traders, I don't mean just the casual trader, one who just sell you out. I mean someone who's doing something detrimental to your community. That's a trader. Your dope dealer is the trader.
Come on.
I come from it. I'm telling y'all. But we don't check the street element. We don't say nothing. And then we expect him, who's never been checked, or her, who's never been checked, to have some type of moral standard.
Right. Come on, Q.
Y'all know the phrase, and I'm gonna land my plane on this. Y'all know the phrase when you're dealing with these younger people, who gonna check me, boo?
Come on.
If you don't check them, nobody's going to check them.
Come on, Q.
And that was a famous phrase by Elijah Muhammad. Check yourself so others don't have to.
What's that saying, Q? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I think the wrecking of it all, that is the thing that always gets thrown to the back burner, right? And niggas live in cliches. Niggas like to say some shit, but be about that. You know, that's that. It's very little doing and a lot of sayings. Niggas will cliche you to death.
And the funniest thing, right? And
then get mad and say something about folks sloganizing. Nigga, the community got more hippie and catchy shit that they say than actually do. Like, we gotta stop with all of this wild shit. Now, go ahead.
And this is the craziest thing about our sick communities, right? Is when you have somebody who's calling a black elected official out. This is key. A black elected official can be called out publicly, should be called out publicly, because what they publicly do is our business, right? I'm not saying it for the person that's creating content or somebody's doing this. You can do it privately. And if you continue doing it privately and it don't work, that's where you go from there. But I'm phasing the conversation that I had earlier out to something else, right? So you see people that's calling out these black politicians, these no good politicians, right? And then you'll see people in the comments talking about, it's always one of us.
Come on.
It's always one of us that sell us out. It's always one of us that sell us out. If anybody could tell me there has never been a movement in America, Turtle Island, whatever place we want to call this, that where the black American was on the move and organizing where another black American has not sold them out.
But Q, I would say again, it goes back to when you don't know the history, you will sell out your people. Malcolm, I'm gonna drop this quote. Malcolm said the history is best rewarded by those who do the research. Say it again. History is best rewarded by those who do the research. A lot of folks think they haven't did the research. They don't. Most folks can't tell you who Ida B. Wells is. They can't tell you who Fannie Hammer is. They can't tell you who Amos Wilson was. They can't tell you who John J. Clark is. Dr. Ben. I'm not talking about your traditional people that you read in school. I'm talking about sometimes you got to go off the grid and talk to some folks who was the resistance, right? The only reason why we having this conversation about black fatigue, like Dr. Clark said, because we don't know, we haven't put the respect on ancestors, and you're seeing the offspring not having respect for the elders. That's all. That's it. That's one reason. One observation from me. Because again, I get acronym fatigue. I'm tired of ADOS and FBAs.
Come on.
I'm tired of NIH and the WHO, CIA, the FBI, the DEA, all of them. NAN. I got acronym fatigue.
Negro, please. Didn't somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh?
Hey, brother Juan, when you say that, right, and I'm somebody that say FBA, or I may say ADOS, or I may say B1. Explain when you talk about that fatigue. Explain it, if you don't mind, for the chat, so that everybody can understand what you're saying.
So when I think about fatigue, because fatigue is an internal thing, it's not external. It's internal. Your body is tired. You dehydrated. So it's internal. So FBAs are internal. ADOS is internal. The fatigue for me is that we have given so much to others and it's not reciprocated. And we're always called on to do something. but never be reciprocated for what we do. So yes, I'm tired of supporting the illegals. I'm tired of supporting the border. Anything that Bayop want us to do, or the trans. Everybody wants us to come on board and be the shields for their movement, for the organizations. I'm tired of it.
Because we're the true Americans.
Yeah. We can't get this thing popping if you're not on board. Well, you know what? I'm tired. I'm a little fatigued right now. Because anybody who saw this government give millions and billions of dollars to illegals and justified it, and there was no righteous indignation from the dominant culture about them giving our money to others. Yeah, I'm a little fatigued too. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm fatigued. So you know what? Miss me with being on the front line for your cause right now, because we still want those reparations.
Hey, brother ABM, check the private chat, family. But yeah, listen, y'all. This is how we getting busy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take a brief intermission because we do not have a sponsor, and I know how our folks can be. Our black folks will take from us and have niggas slaved out tonight. Okay, we need a sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna take a brief intermission. And we need a sponsor. $25 makes you the sponsor of tonight's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. So salute to everybody that's checked in with us right now. $25 makes you the sponsor of tonight's broadcast.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community.
Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
You just step in their neck. You just step in their neck.
You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community.
You just step in their neck. 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 You just step in their neck.
Salute to our brother ABM for becoming a sponsor tonight. Want to say a major salute to our brother ABM, man, for coming through, keeping us open tonight. We're going to go a little bit longer. Salute to that brother. Let me get him in there. Ladies and gentlemen, support the program. 70 plus in the building. Feel free to hit that cash app. Let me go ahead and get my brother ABM in the building. Salute. We appreciate you, brother ABM.
You just step in their neck. 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 You just step in their neck.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother ABM, man, for coming through and getting us together, keeping the place open tonight, man. He has become the official sponsor of tonight's broadcast. If you would like to become the co-sponsor with our brother ABM, it will be a $25 contribution. And to become the sole sponsor of today's broadcast, you must surpass the $25 contribution. Also, to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get somebody up off the daggone platform and time them out, you send a $10 cash app to put them on a 10-minute timeout. You tired of hearing this person talk, okay? If you want them to sit down for 15 minutes, you send a $15 cash app to have them have a seat, all right? And anyone that wants to get back on the platform early, you send a $5 cash app to get back off the timeout sooner than they try to get you packed up. Okay? That's how we doing that today, ladies and gentlemen. But salute again to our brother ABM. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Salute. We appreciate brother ABM keeping us open today. I'm going to send this link. Our brother Short doesn't have it, man, but salute. And welcome to our brother ABM for checking in, man. It's good to see you as usual, brother ABM. Let me go ahead and get brother Dr. Short in here. Brother ABM, are you up to speed, sir?
Yep, I'm up to speed. Black fatigue, yeah, definitely a thing.
So what say you, man? My question would be to you, man. If you had to subcategorize it under the umbrella of black fatigue, what would yours be, sir? What would that look like?
Mine would be black celebrity fatigue. I've been tapped out from pop culture probably since about, I don't know, what year was that 50 Cent Massacre album dropped? What year was that?
The Massacre album, was that early 2000s? Q, when was that? Q, you know when that was?
It had to be like
That-
06,
Yeah,
07.
that was 06, 07 area.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been tapped out since then, dude. I'm sick of rich niggas and famous niggas and shit. I can't do it no more.
Hey, but again, right? Look, we got to understand something. Where does that power come from? It comes from us. It comes from a whole bunch of booty clapping and did you heard what 50 said? Oh, Jay, you see how Jay-Z came through with the new boot? It's our problem. It's our problem, and it's also Negroes living vicariously through these fucking celebrities, living through them. So now it becomes hard for me to really, it becomes very hard for me to even be angry at the celebrity anymore, because I have to look at, like, I didn't want to agree with Brother Q when he said this a few broadcasts ago. He said, we created Diddy. I know I did. I bought all that nigga shit. Listen, in the early 2000s, y'all, I had the Sean John leather outfit. I bought some double sole black Timbs, right, with the black sweater, and I had the Sean John leather outfit on. I was fly. Then I followed it up with some more Sean John. I was drippy. Then I started getting the smell goods. I had the smell good, Unforgiven. I had the shorties open off of this. Then when he came with that come to me and do it. I was all of that, man. Shiny suit and all. I know I wasn't the only one doing it. And then he had that take this money shit. Everybody was doing that. Diddy out. So I didn't want to agree with Q with that shit. I can't stand what Q said. We got to hold that. But Q right, man. Diddy got mad money out of me. I bought glasses because of him. I got cologne because of him. I got underwear because of him. Clothes because of him. Shoes because of that nigga. Take that. Then I started dancing. I started doing all of this shit.
Hey, Chef, see, you might want to call me a cheese eater, but you was going to the tunnel back then. You was going to the Limelight. You was going to Sound Factory, and I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, Sound Factory. Oh, Sound Factory, New York. Where y'all at, New York? Hey, matter of fact, New York can't even just hold that. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, we can't even just hold that.
Bro, I was Harlem shaking.
Oh,
I was Harlem shaking when that G-Dep dropped, bro. I didn't care about cheesecake until I watched the fucking the show when he made him walk and go get the cheesecake. All of a sudden, I give a shit about cheesecake. We do it all for these people, and we get nothing in return.
cheesecake down.
This is why I'm just
Cheesecake.
tapped out from all of this celebrity worship, because social media has now made it so that you can be absolutely talented, but yet you got followers, so now you're a fucking celebrity. Look at the Kardashians.
Mm.
You know what I mean? This is what television and social media has done to us. black women are now getting BBLs. I could have swore black women were known. Like, wasn't that the stereotype? Black women got big butts.
Sisters, y'all not the archetype no more?
Now you running out getting BBLs because of some Armenian broad and some half breed. What's her name? Used to be with Kanye.
Oh, what's that? Amber Rose.
Amber Rose. Yeah, you used to be the stereotype. Black women got big ass. Now y'all following behind non-black women. This is what social media has become. And now on top of that, politicians are now celebrities. Just look at Obama. Remember the little viral video? Remember when he was running in 2008 and the Obama girl made that little YouTube video and shit and it blew up? Now your politicians are celebrities. So just like the rapper that don't have to do shit for you and you give them everything, you do the same thing for your politician now. The politician is now a celebrity. This is why they getting Cardi B doing interviews with Joe Biden. I know Joe Biden was pissed.
Come on.
Got me talking to this, I don't want to get your show. You felt like, yo, he hated that, right? Like, this is where we at now, because it's like you and Q was saying, black people are mindless zombies at this point. It's the Walking Dead. We just wandering around now. No plan. No sense of organizing. Last week I went in on organizing shit. We don't have none of that. We just out here now. And you're right. That's on us. That's not the white man. The white man can't make you be brainless.
Well, watch this, ABM, and check this out, brothers. ABM just sent me the best kind of layup possible. Because it's not the white man. And you know what? Guess what? But you know there's going to be some people in here. Oh, we already know that, Chef. Shut your dumb ass up. Okay? How about stop knowing it and doing something about it? This is what I need from black folks. Okay? How about stop knowing that they already feel about this and then pretending like you got some hold over the way they feel? Shout out to my man Freezy from No Captivity. Okay? Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. Look at this white boy on his panel. Now, this white dude, I tried to get him to come through tonight. This white dude stood 10, as y'all, as like to say, 10 toes down. Yeah. Okay? All that fly shit. Yeah? 10 toes down on being sick of Negroes. Let me go ahead and play this. Fair use.
I think they're not only... I don't
Now my brother Freezy asked him, and salute to Freezy and the No Cap crew over there. Freezy asked the white boy who looks like he's living in the cabin. He's got his guns in the back, doing what our brother Wolf always preached to us. Make sure you got yourself a rifle, got yourself a shotgun, okay? Got yourself a handgun. Everything that brother Wolf says, every fucking broadcast. And niggas ain't got it. And barely hit him up to find out more about it. But that white boy on that black panel, standing 10 toes down, looking niggas in their face. Watch what he about to say.
I don't think they're tired of it. I think they're fucking sick of it.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, let him finish.
But I can't say anything.
Let him finish.
And by the way, doesn't your title say white people, all races?
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I was answering to the earlier fellow. He's asking why a white guy's up here.
Okay.
All right. Yes,
So,
no. White people are fucking sick of black culture. They won't say it. Well, we know that. We don't care what you think either. That's what we're trying to get at.
With his chest out. When I tell Negroes to come up on the panel and come up on the panel, the link is dropped. Shout out to this white boy. because I don't have to guess if I need to step over his carcass. I'm going to do it because he told me how I need to deal with him. He don't fuck with me, and I'm glad that he's telling me that. So the decision is made plain. It's made simple for me. While we got a bunch of Negroes, well, they all ain't like that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Shut up.
We're at the point, and Chef C, pardon me, and I don't even need to watch this video, but this is one of the issues that I have with what I can only imagine, and I'm a long jump and say it. Why do we try to prove our culture to other people? Well, if I was that Caucasian guy, and whether he's sick of black culture or not, who cares? We want white approval too much. That ice is colder, Chef C. Our behavior says that white ice is colder. Our behavior, who cares? Who cares? Who needs white approval for their affairs? Your affairs is your affairs. When I see Brother Juan on the street, he know what that nod mean. I don't have to prove to nobody else what that nod mean. What we got is we got. Our culture, well, if we want to say black culture, it evolves every day. It's something different. We allow these people, to be co-opted. Then we got the people that the traitors and the enemies and the coons. We allow them to take what they know is what we consider black culture, take it somewhere else, and we may say it's a culture. No, you don't even want the culture to be vulture. You want it approval. Oh, it's official unless a white person co-sign. Weird, man. A lot of us is weird. A lot of us need to be checked in and sitting on a couch somewhere with some real major mental health issues.
It's a bunch of sick Negroes. It's sick Negroes. I ain't got it queued up, Brother Wolf. I dropped the ball, but sick Negroes. Sick.
Okay? Well, I don't trouble. Kobe be good nigga for master. Good nigga.
Yeah, there you go,
Kobe wait. Kobe be good feel him. Good feel him, master.
Yeah. I mean, Q, listen, Q, I'm playing this because there's still a great deal of black folks out here that's saying that's quick, that even in this moment are steaming right now, shaking, ready to go jump out the window for white boy.
Even when the clip with the white lady that,
even though they sitting in the blackety black platform right now, when
the white lady on Twitter went viral for saying she had black fatigue, and shout out to content creators for bringing it up and talking about it. Who cares? Who cares if she got black fatigue? Let's be honest. Who cares? She took and said she had black fatigue and twisted what we got. We know where woke came from. Black fatigue came from our sister Mary Frances Wright, and she coined the phrase. She took the phrase and twisted it to a totally different meaning. Only black people can have black fatigue. For living amongst this beast.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go right back to you, Wolf. Let me play a little bit more of this. Matter of fact, get your thought off, Wolf, and then I'm gonna play a little bit more white boy talking his talk.
I just posted in the chat Stockholm syndrome. It's real among us. Stockholm syndrome is very real. It's a coping mechanism to a captive abuse situation. People develop positive feelings toward their captors and abusers over time. We don't have to deal with that reality, but we are products of Stockholm syndrome, and it's heavy among us, and it's rooted in that white Jesus piece, trying to it's what slave and free at the same time. You're slave, but you're also Say that again, Brother Juan. Slave and free at the same time. Yeah. Slave and free at the same damn time. That's a Stockholm syndrome right there. Mentally, we slave right now. We used to be physical, now it's mental. He was rooted in that white Jesus. Because when I close my eyes, I don't see a white Jesus. I see a hair like wool, a feet like brass, eyes like fire, a voice like many waters. I don't see no white Jesus. But the majority of us, we see white Jesus.
What? Listen, a lot of Negroes had white Jesus on the hourglasses.
That's the problem.
All of that shit. Negroes had Jesus on their altars. White Jesus on their altars. The pictures and all of that. My white folks in here, man, I see you in here. Check in, my white folks. The floor is open to you. And keep it a buck when you do check in. Just be very clear that anyone that checks in order to not cam up, that is a $15 contribution. Okay. This is the conversation I wanted to have here. Shout out to my brother, Dr. Short. Let me play a little bit more of this, man. Shout out to this white boy, though.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let's not get triggered. I want him to.
No, I'm not triggered. I'm just.
No, not you. I'm talking about serious. Let's let him have the floor.
Let him cook. I'll get his ass later. Let him cook.
Okay.
Because he's fucking with the right one.
Okay, go ahead, be brave. Go ahead, be brave.
Okay. White people are they're sick of the fucking black culture. And they're tired of it. They've never, look, this is why I say black people. The black people that are doing well and well-reasoned and doing well for themselves, don't ever think white people want you to fucking live around them. Don't think that. Do yourself a favor. They've never wanted you to fucking live around them. Okay? Stop it. So my point is this. If it comes to this, if the fucking white people, and it's going to come out, okay? This is a good development, by the way. White people are going to say, fucking shut up, take your black ass on out of here. We don't want to hear it anymore. And the blacks get to say the same thing, which is a positive thing. Now we understand each other. And if the whites can articulate their behalf collectively and say, look, we're sick of you motherfuckers too, so shut up and get away from us. The beauty of that is now we get to move on. And you get to refine your black culture, and we're going to keep it with our white culture. And my point of this is and I asked it earlier, and I'm saying this as a gentleman. I'm serious, because I'm sick of hearing fucking black people piss and moan while we all live like gods.
And he's saying it with 4 shotguns in the background. So watch this. That's a subliminal suggestion. He bought that business. I keep that long for the background. You see firearms, partial, see some firearms. I see the gun, but it's a subliminal suggestion. Dude got a gun over his head and 3 rifles in the background. He got 4 rifles. And he's in his 70s. Trust me, this one right here, he ready for it. He's been ready for decades.
Well, real quick, and then we're going to introduce our brother, Dr. Short. If you would like to check in, ladies and gentlemen, to the panel, the link is pinned to the chat. You must cam up. If you are not going to cam up, that is a $15 Cash App, as you are seeing scrolling at the bottom of the screen here. Okay, if you want to check in, you must cam up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so but again, yeah, Brother Wolf, definitely. He knew he was coming into the Negro den, a bunch of melanated den there, and he said, you know what? Let me just show these blacks. Let me show the blacks what type of time it's about. Okay. Now regardless of how he living, he letting you know that it's for real out here. Okay. So listen, I said this to somebody else before. I said, I like this kind of honesty. It makes it easy for me. Okay. I see this man in any kind of harm, I'm walking the other direction and wishing him well. or not. Okay, let's be Kamala. Help me out.
Let's really be clear about that.
Or not, right? Because he told me what type of time he's on. But again, like I said, I know there's people who are in this chat that are black that can't stand the way I'm talking about this white boy right now. And it's hurting their spirit in the audience. It's hurting the coon blood in them. It's boiling deep. Massa, I love you. Why he talking about Massa like that? Even thinking about even matching Massa energy. Why? I know your coons. I know your blood is boiling. I know you got deep Massa. I love you. Whatever you need me to do, energy in you. You want to make that lemonade, that Arnold Palmer. You know, I know probably bent over your cousin, right? Your great cousin. You know, so I get it. Listen, I understand. But this white boy is a caucus that Black America collectively should be stepping over. Not putting your cape on. You should be stepping over this white boy with his glasses and all. You see the hat? You're supposed to be stepping over Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus. Look at him. Brother Wolf, I can't hear you, sir. You muted, sir. Go ahead.
And look, I'm a very non-violent person. I'm all for non-violence, but when a person tell you who they are, you believe them.
You got to believe this man.
I'm not trying to convince somebody who tells me I don't like you. Well, I don't like you either.
All right.
Okay. I mean, we're trying to, you know, who got that? Who got that Q? Let's all get along. What's that? Who got that? Is that you, Q?
Everybody love everybody! Come on!
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
These Negroes out here, man. Let me play it one more time, goddamn.
Everybody love everybody! Come on!
This is you Negroes out here. Even the ones sitting in it that won't even. It's Negroes in here that's listening to this right now who have that mentality. Well, they ain't all too bad. Yeah. And listen, I'm not here to say all white folks are bad, but I am telling you, when somebody tells me who they are, I have no choice but to believe them. And so do you. All right? Now, don't get it wrong. If you are one of those who refuse to believe them, your caucus will get stepped over too.
You just step in their necks.
You understand? No problem. Because to me, in my eyes, the system of white degeneracy creates all types of cowards that are considered white supremacists. A white supremacist, it ain't a white person per se. It's your mentality. It's your thought process. You are a white supremacist. Your melanation doesn't give you you don't get a pass because you got darker skin. You're a white supremacist in this system of white degeneracy. So I walk over you happily, just like I would walk over this hillbilly. You know, look at him. He hillbilly down. He got the hat on. He got everything going that fit hillbilly. But he also coming in there with his chest out telling you blacks are getting on my fucking nerve. And we're tired of hearing your goddamn mouth, blackies. With his chest out. Let me go to Brother Dr. Short. Sir. Brother Dr. Randy Short, sir. How are you this evening, sir?
You know, I'm okay. I feel like introducing a character. May I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay.
Please.
Well, we're going to debut former President O'Faga. Are you guys ready?
Oh, Lord.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Who's this? Who do we have here? Welcome, sir.
I just want to say, in the words of President Clinton, I did not have sex with that man. I didn't do it. And I understand why the white people are mad. They're mad because blacks aren't any good. Look at what happened. They didn't vote. Trump's in right now. They're mad, but it's their fault. So white fatigue is really due to low black voter turnout. It's our fault. Suck it up.
Come on. Come on.
And I may break up with Michelle, but we have a lot of things in common. We both have X chromosomes. We'll always be together. Whew. That felt great. Now look.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They'll always be together. They do have X chromosomes. I mean Y chromosomes. Well, they have X too, but the Y chromosome really matters. Look, I'm with you, Chef. I'm with Lone Wolf. I'm even with the racist that spoke. If people don't like you, they don't like you. I mean, if you've got a shrimp or a peanut allergy, right? You're not going to want to hang out at Arthur Treacher's, and you don't want to eat a Snickers bar. What will it take? So, in reality, white and black people have to relearn each other in America every so many decades. White folks have to go out and kill a bunch of stupid-ass black people that are unsuspecting for black folks to say they don't like us, as if slavery was this big, wonderful welcoming committee where they were giving us, watermelon calabashes and shit when we came off, or when they were raiding Indian villages and all, and they were giving us squash and cucumbers and such. I mean, come on. Hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. Or like Jim Crow was the welcome where they gave people fried chicken and sweet potato pie. I mean, look, if you're not at this late date going to acknowledge the society as it is, how it is, why it is, well, then again, we should use fuafo. Fua uafo, which means fuck around unconscious and find out.
Right.
If you want to be the dumbass black person, just gotta screw every white girl that's missing front teeth. You just have to do this, and nobody's blood, not your ancestors, not even saintly old Dr. King on the balcony taking a slug for your black ass, or Malcolm X getting a slug from Coons, Crescent Coons. If none of that means anything to you, then good. So back to what Brother One always tells us, be prepared to walk over the carcasses of incredibly stupid, lazy, wasteful people who don't have black culture, but they have coon subculture. Then those people are basically plantation boule, collateral damage. And so if you need to get shot in the head, you've got to move to the furthest suburb where there's nobody black. In fact, it's like a neighborhood. Kill all niggas USA. And people say, what a nice town. Well, they have such a charming name. And you got to live out there? Fuck you. Enjoy. And I'm not saying segregate anything, or I'm just saying you pick the craziest place. Like, you've just got to. I want to live somewhere that's uncomplicated. Let's move to Idaho. If you've got to live in Boise, Idaho, if you must go, please go in the name of God, and please don't bring your dusty, ignorant, black behind back. Stay away. Don't come. I mean, people have the right to live around who they wish to live around. Why are people trying to force themselves on other people? It's dumb. Now, my issue is, it's real simple. For those people who are basically suicidal crash dummies, who are committed to some liberal, commie, feminist LGBTQ illegal hugging conspiracy. If you guys need to be martyrs for stupidity and a lack of common sense, then go on and do it. Ask for people who like themselves. If you don't like me, I mean, I definitely probably don't like you back, but I'm not trying to bother you. I don't have time to explain to you how social engineering and cultural manipulation of middlemen groups like GCPs, like Clive Davis, the real controller of Diddy, all this discussion of Diddy, and they haven't said Clive Davis's name once. And when they get around to saying it, they're not going to say who Clive Davis is. And they talk about black culture, but whose record companies do you really think black and the white folks are too lazy to sit down and say, hey, wait a minute. If a lot of blacks are poor, then they don't own or control this stuff, then they're pawns in the game, just like we rednecks are pawns in the game. Just go to the coal mining area of West Virginia or Western Pennsylvania. But they're not going to do that. So the best thing one can do is understand that white people and black people have to relearn each other every so many years. And it's typically with conflicts over resources, conflicts over where people live, conflict over schools, or white folks want black people to live like they did 150 years ago. It's usually something that people want to either keep us out of, or some things, habits that they are required that they don't want to give up. Like I just heard about down outside of Holly Springs, Mississippi, a white gentleman, probably a really sweet human being with lots of love and understanding.
Brother Short, hold on real quick.
Hold it, let me finish. I don't give a fuck about the person there. Don't ever do that. So you've got the odd person up there who probably doesn't have enough fentanyl to make it through the night. We should do a GoFundMe for him, so he can help do that whole demographic thing. But I'm just saying that this guy went into the bar and was just screaming the N-word in a black bar because he just couldn't hold in his enthusiastic love for black people and got beaten within an inch of his life. There are people who are suicidal of all stripes, and we can't help them. But I would say to the black people listening that there are people that absolutely hate you. There are people who don't care. I think the people that don't care are probably more dangerous than the ones that hate you. The ones that hate you will probably avoid you. The ones that don't care will probably try to, I don't know, may even fake like they get along with you if you have to work with them or whatever. But you need to be prepared to defend yourself for a person or persons that may want to test you. And at the same time, we have this other problem of, for every white supremacist, we have black criminals who get the emolument of being lawless and degenerate that kill us too. We have a two-front war. We have a war to protect ourselves from people who've probably been taught by their parents and everyone else to hate our guts. And then you got other blacks who hate and other black people's guts and are rewarded by the system where they don't have they don't have high rates of closure for homicide in black communities. Those people are running around. People need to hook up with someone like Lone Wolf and learn how to defend themselves. And one thing that the internet allows a lot of people to be bold and aggressive in ways that they may not be one-on-one. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying these things and they may probably believe them. But the thing is if you're prepared for whatever to survive in America where people want to treat you with less respect than what you think you should get, and then there are those in your own group that know that they won't get punished if they rape, rob, steal, or cheat you too, then it just behooves you to protect yourself. I land my plane there.
All right, so I kicked the meth head out of here. I was gonna let the meth head go.
No, I don't think do that. I see.
No, hold on, brother Short. Hold on. Meth head was a little too extra, and I saw the dirty palms. So that's dusty. That's a crackhead.
Yeah, he dusty.
Very, very dusty. So we had to let the crackhead go on. I was go on about his business. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. If you are, hold on. If you are a, if you're a civilized other, then you can come on to the panel and have the conversation. But if you are a cave baboon, then you will be removed. Okay? Have some patience about yourself. Everybody's going to be able to speak. Okay? And if you can't and you resort into meth fucking outburst, because that's what he was freaking out. He had a meth lapse. You got to get the fuck off the panel. Okay?
That was some werewolf behavior.
He was transforming. He was transforming right in front of us.
I know a wolf when I see one.
Oh shit!
What I was?
I'm a lone wolf. I know a wolf when I see one.
Again,
wolf behavior.
We need to have a GoFundMe for him to get all the fentanyl that he needs.
Right.
He wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, if he had sat there like a patient human being, and he would have had his time. But listen, I don't have patience. Now you're doing a little too much extra, and I saw your palms getting black. He turned into a full crackhead. I know what they look like. Get off the panel. He was butt naked. He was on some people under the stairs shit. He looked crazy.
Yeah. Well, if he represents the caliber of folk who want some kind of conflict, I mean, they're going to probably take him out for insubordination in the ranks. I mean, there are tens of millions of people on substances. So when you hear that people are having black fatigue, I'm thinking that some of this fatigue is projection.
Yeah.
You have to understand part of why we have such an issue with opioids and the opioid deaths, which are disproportionately, up until relatively recent times. Of course, there's some stupid black imitators who are dead to us anyway. So, bye. But the white gentlemen make up a disproportionate number of people who are overdosing because it's just hard, I guess, being a white male in America. I mean, being worshipped all the time. It's sort of like a rock star that gets too much love. They go nuts. And people who are constantly being told you're the master of the universe and you're this, you're that, and the other, and you've got enough erectile dysfunction to be Germany.
Let's real quick. My chat, my moderators, get Friction Hitch up out of the chat. I want him all the way out of here. Okay. Yeah, he listen, go ahead and smoke your shit somewhere else right now. I try to be civilized with you. Don't bring the crack addict stuff this way. My moderators, do me a favor and get him the fuck out of here. Okay. Go ahead, brother Dr. Short, sir.
So all I was saying is it's real simple. It's a lot of this is projection. People who don't have jobs. You mean to tell me a black homeless vet is the one that outsourced your stuff to China, to Mexico, to Indonesia, to Vietnam? I mean, you really think it's someone black on Snap or whatever? In reality, black fatigue is white people not being able to be angry with wealthy, powerful white people because they've been told if you just hate black people enough, you'll get there. And it hasn't happened. I'm in the Klan, I'm in the militia, I'm marching around, I'm going to the rifle range. I'm doing all these things. I'm paying my taxes and whatever, Christian identity sector, whatever these people need to do to earn their bones to be this artificial category called whites. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying. And to not get the equity out of being white in America, I could see why they're mad. So they're blaming black people, but it's sort of like a conversation I had, 30 years ago with the Grand Dragon of the Christian Knights. I'm sorry, Christian Knights of the South Carolina Ku Klux Klan. His name is Michael Burton. And I asked Michael, who black owns the businesses, stores, housing, who black has any say over your destiny? Who black has ever done anything to you, really? You know what happened? This Klansman had to drop his head. Nobody black did anything to him. Everybody causing him misery was white. All of the people that had him unhappy, the people that evicted him, the people that didn't give him jobs, were white people. But they are so unhappy, but you can't say the billionaires are doing this, right? The people who own the factories. And so there's a very, very immature, childish, individualistic mindset among a large number of people who've been deliberately not educated or trained or prepared for what they need. They don't know how to analyze reality, and they've deliberately not been informed because black people being the scapegoat for all the problems. We serve lots of functions in this society. We serve the function of being being the scapegoat, the blame, the national joke, the people who can't get together, the ones who can't do this, the ones who can't do that, the ones who are failures, the one everyone's better than. But telling someone white that all the time, and you see some successful black people, this really bothers some people. Wait a minute. I just saw a black person drive by in a Tesla. And I'm driving a Corona from 2010. How can this be? Right? And well, maybe he's a drug dealer. No, he has a job. Right? And then the next thing they know, they see someone on TV protesting or complaining about injustice, and they just saw a black person with a Tesla, and they've got that old Corolla. They don't research or study. They're not going to. When you're a bigot, racist, you don't have to. You don't have to do all of the stuff. You don't have to really think about. You don't have to really. White privilege means I don't have to really understand. I have the freedom to just hate and go after the scapegoat and unload and put down and attack other people, right? And that's sort of how it goes. So that's a luxury. I always tell people, I'm going to repeat myself in the story, in 72? Wow, that's a long time ago. But about 53 years ago, we were at Christmas. Some white kids were destroying our toys in our yard. And we caught them. It's Christmas Day. The reason they were doing it is that they were mad. They didn't get any toys for Christmas, but their parents had explained to them, we had a rough year, but we didn't. And so you're not going to get any toys. But you know what? You still have a great life. Nigger kids never get toys for Christmas. And these kids are walking around Christmas Day and they see us with toys, and they were angry with us. They attacked us. They were unapologetic. It's as if we did so. And we were accused of trying to make their parents out to be liars. We simply got toys to humiliate their parents instead of owning up to the fact that your mother and your dad are damn liars. And they failed economically to provide for you for Christmas. But it was easier to say black folks had someone give them toys to make our parents look bad. Let's punish them. So a lot of this white fatigue is defensiveness. How do we deflect? How do we blame the national scapegoat for our failure in our own lives, for our inability to achieve the American dream with white skin? And black people, we could get 1 million people to explain why certain things that they have an issue with bother them. But at the heart of it, as the person said in the video when I came in, they just never liked people anyway. And part of being the national scapegoat is there's a group of people that you can hate and look down on. You don't have to understand. You don't have to know. You can just make it up, like what President Trump did to Cyril Ramaphosa, head of state from South Africa, is to invent even getting information from the Congo and applying it to South Africa and blaming him for something that's in another country. He's black, I'm white, I said so, and I can do something to back myself up. And I'm never wrong because I'm not black. This is kind of the echo chamber of hate that whites are in, many, not all, and that bubble will bust. Maybe black folk will bust it, Chinese folk will bust it, maybe the drop of the dollar will bust it, but if the dollar drops, so still, when there are economic hard times, people will attack us again. The answer for black people will always be to be armed, be prepared to repel people who just, who have a feudal segregationist privilege to hate and to act on that. It's sort of like the guy that went to the bar in Mississippi screaming nigger at the people. That came from somewhere. You and I know we couldn't go into a bar practically anywhere and make anti-white comments and expect to not be harmed, perhaps not disappeared. We know this from a very early age. This is a man probably in his 30s or 40s in Mississippi. Maybe he never knew that he can't say and do whatever he wants to do to someone black without facing consequences. That's part of what didn't happen. In slavery, you had to take whatever you did. In Jim Crow post, or should I say neo-slavery, you had to take whatever was done. And so, again, the fatigue is not only people's frustration, but there's already a sense of white people feeling that they've been defeated. But they're not fighting Chinese or Indians. They're not fighting people in Vietnam or Indonesia or Malaysia. It's easier again to attack black folks. It's the same way you have maybe 100, 200,000 Haitians coming to the country, maximum, that got permission to be in. They were more angry with them than 20 million Spanish speakers who are lighter skinned, because always hating black is easy. You see people going to jail for Spanish speakers who've come in the country unlawfully, and you don't see anyone, not even your congressional black circus idiots like the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, or that silly LaMonica McIver. You don't see them fighting to keep Haitians who came in lawfully. So hating black people, we're the national tar baby, the pinata, you name it. But we've got to get off the menu. And the only way to get off the menu is to be armed. We got off the menu of slavery because 300,000 or so black folks had weapons in the Civil War and fought. The currency to counter white fatigue is black defensive, retaliatory coercion.
Facts.
That's a wolf. That's a wolf alley-oop. But hey, brother Wolf, we've been talking this shit for what, almost 2 years now? Going on 2 years. How many people are that tuned into these programs have reached out to you, sir?
A couple, but not the numbers it should be. Again,
No.
this is not a popular topic.
Right.
I've said it before and I said it again. Historians and teachers have hijacked the Black experience. We don't talk about self-defense because if we hold our peace and let the Lord fight our battle, victory will be ours. And but that's not how white folks do. They lead with what nuclear weapons they got at their disposal, an army that can take out anybody in the world, and then they one nation under God. So they're one nation under the nuclear bomb first. Okay. In the military.
Yeah.
So and we have to learn how to fight, or just to be on the safe side, have something at your disposal so you can protect yourself and your family and your friends and your neighborhood, your community, your city, your state, and I'll say the nation last, because before it get there, you got to defend yourself and your family and your friends first. Period.
Well, I'll say this. Let me get the hillbilly. Shout out to my brother Next Level. Everybody else that just came in, man. Check that. Shout out to this hillbilly though. Shout out to Next Level. He was the co-host on that panel with Brother Freezy. White boy. Shout out to this white boy, man. I got to put some disrespect on this white boy's name, man. He out there 10 toes, man. You got to give it to him.
My question is this. Do you want to fucking bring it down all at once, or do you want a smooth transition? Because if you want a smooth transition to whatever you think blacks are supposed to end up at, what you're doing is you're causing too many headaches for that. It would be better just to, unless you want to bring it all down, I would admit that.
What do you mean about bring it all down? How you going to bring it down?
I'm trying to mind this out with Be Brave. So, okay, so you're saying my initial question, the answer to my initial question is yes, white people are sick and tired of black culture and amongst other things, right?
Well, don't say it so gentlemanly. I'm saying white people are fucking sick.
Fucking sick and tired.
We got this. Listen, man. Let me say this before I go to this dude. Sir, not a racist garbage. I'm talking to you now. Before I let you on the panel, make sure you have some decorum about yourself. Okay? If you don't, I'll throw you the hell out of here. Okay? Now, I'm going to let you up. Let's see what you got to say about this subject matter. You got the floor, sir. Do you concur with the white boy? Not a racist garbage. You have the floor, sir.
I can still hear someone speaking over me. Maybe it's a technological issue because I live up here on my goddamn mountain and I've got sick and tired of your fucking society because it's absolute garbage. It's full of racist nonsense. Mm-hmm. It's always been racist nonsense and it will continue to be racist nonsense until y'all knock it off. And it's mostly white people who look like me. It's mostly their fucking fault. I'll agree with you on that. It is their fault.
Listen, you're in your mountain, man. You got no reception, sir.
We've got to not just listen to Mr. Nelson Mandela. We got to move beyond him because now in South Africa, you're still looking at a situation where the people who were put down for so long are still economically discouraged throughout that entire country. And the fact of the matter is that we don't got to do any of that. Get your ass out in the garden. Get out in the garden. Do something good in the world. And you know what? Let those racist people, let them just starve because they're going to starve. They're going to starve. All of them are going to starve. You know why? Because the only thing that they have the only thing that they're standing on is this idea that they can put other people down and do no work and prop themselves up.
And when you say they, who are you referring to, sir?
All of them.
Yeah, but you need to be specific.
All of them.
Who's all of them?
All of them. Anybody who's taking advantage of you. Look, you got a corporation. You got a corporation that takes 80% of your wages.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you believe in the white boy here? I got white boy on the panel here that says white folks are sick of black folks shit.
No, that's not what I said, sir. I'm saying that white folks
I'm not
will
saying
tell me what
Hold
they
up,
won't tell you.
Wait a second. I'm talking about, you see the screen? Look at the screen. There's another white boy. He said that, not you.
Okay, I'm not very good at internet. I apologize, sir.
I'm asking you, do you agree with his sentiment that white folks are sick of black folks complaining?
I can tell you that I don't agree with this sentiment, but I hear it constantly, and it fucking pisses me off.
Really, Eli? So what have you heard in your travels? What have you heard?
What have I heard?
Yeah, break it down.
You
for me. Tell me.
You guys think you've heard racist stuff thrown at you? You haven't heard the half of it. You know why you haven't heard it? You haven't heard it because they think that you're against them. They only say it to you when they feel confident. They say it to me all the time.
So again, sir, what do they say to you? That's what I want to know. Tell me. You said they say it. So what is it that they're saying to you? That's what we want to hear.
I'll tell you what, they say nigger all the time. Every one of them. And I'm not trying to be a disrespectful asshole, but it is a common word.
No, that's bottom of the boat right there. Give me something better. I need something more juicy. What are their thoughts about the collective of black Americans? Can't hear you. Can you hear me? You're breaking up in your mountain.
I'm sorry, friends, but I can't follow this many voices at once.
Okay, so I'm literally the only one speaking to you. So there's something with your reception in the mountain. It's literally only
No, I think that's crazy. You know what? Ice-T's new album is fucking sick. It's sick. It's sick. You got an old man Ice-T throwing down a sick ass album.
All right, that was enough of that. Okay. So.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I study white folks, and he heard you loud and clear, and he know that there's only one person talking, and that was you. You know that. So look here. This conversation is an intelligent conversation, and he's out of his league.
Yeah,
he really wanted to say it, but you know what? He wasn't standing 10 toes down like a
white man. He not standing. Where my brother Next Level at? Next Level, you still in here, man? Shout out to Next Level's right next to the white boy. And that white boy was standing 10 toes down on that panel. But now you got too many you got too many blacks on this panel right now. you got militant, you got the gun guy right here. He knew, Wolf, he knew the energy. He felt the energy, and it was like, I'm not going, this might not be the one. This may not be the panel to test that shit.
When he was his best energy was when he was muted and he was acting like a damn fool.
Like a damn fool. That's what he really wanted. He really wanted that, but he knew it was muted.
We put that dog down. Meaning we didn't give him no energy. He had to come down. Look at, he came in strong, but he didn't get that attention. He didn't get the floor. So he done calm down now.
Hey, and we look, watch this. I tried to give him the flow. But when you start dealing, see, this is a Black America that's still with us in here. Let's get something understood. When you dealing with these passive aggressive KVs, and again for those hit dog holler, all right, and if it don't apply, let it fly. But when you deal with one like this, and you go head up, and you talk to them direct, they start scattering. They start hockey pucking and, skip to Maluin on niggas. I was dealing with him direct. I wasn't even letting him go around nothing. And I'm hearing too many voices. Sure you are. You're hearing a voice of a Negro that's not afraid of you.
But he's hearing fentanyl and meth, and tobacco and weed and mushrooms and red,
right.
And also hearing interracial porn. I mean, that's the problem. Okay. And this is why I was saying to you, white fatigue is white people looking in the mirror. They see a nigger, and it's our fault. I mean, it's not our mirror, it's not our house, it's not our face, and they're still mad. This is part of what white privilege and all this allows them to blame Black people for their own issues. This is why the white South Africans are leaving, coming here. They couldn't cut it with everything skewed in their favor. Need to find some place where they can get more equity out of not being Black. And by the way, the diminishing returns for being white throughout the world, unless you're in the billionaire class.
Well, Doc, watch this. The white South Africans are a reflection of the greater population in America, whites, because
sure they are. That's why they want them here.
Yeah, they're reflection, meaning they're not look at Black folks take nothing to make something all the time. We're always just taking nothing and making miracles. They are not as a collective progressing like we think they are. That's why they outsource everything. When you outsourcing the whole country, the whole nation, that means you're not even creative no more.
But they're not creative, and they don't want anyone else to create.
That
and if they create something, then they destroy it. The same way they're talking about Black culture. Like I said, I mean, they're cowards. I just had to write someone in Twitter, and someone wrote that that Jesus was white, and I just said to the person, "Thanks, Lucifer," and basically everything's white: Jesus, Jews, and bowel movement. It's sort of the mindset that this is. I know there's some Black scholar that was talking. I think it had been Amy Wilson that talked about menticide.
Hold on, brother. Sure. Hey, Q, you got it queued up. This is a sick Negro. You gotta have it queued up with Dr. Short say shit like that, man. I ain't got it queued. Go ahead, brother, Dr. Short. Shit. I missed my moment.
Everything is. They're constantly trying to resuscitate a eviscerated ego.
Dr. Short, you said everything is white?
Yes, everything's white. I get it. No one Black. It's so. I mean,
this is a sick Negro.
Now, if you're drinking, your piss is white. Everything's white. No one Black ever did everything is us. And like I said, they're living in a psychotic white echo chamber of everything white, which is why I joke about white all the time. I'm simply acting out what I know is going on in the heads of people I grew up with, where everything is white at all times. They're like that dog that you could ring the bell for Pavlov, where white or Black is a button. And they have no ability In fact, I remember talking to my late father, and my dad was the chaplain for the police department. They're talking about how they were trying to train people, and they had a jury, and they're screening people, and there was a picture of a white man stabbing a black man, and they asked the white person what they saw, and the white person saw a black man stabbing a white person. They had or a black can't be victimized or attacked. A white can't be bad. Only blacks are bad, and they refashion reality around their sickness, their psychopathy. Okay, sort of like the guy that goes into an all-black bar screaming "nigger" in Mississippi. I'm just thinking, there's no way that he didn't sense that that could be a problem, but because of this mindset, no one would dare have any dignity because he's white and he thought so. White folk have a suicidal God complex. That's why you all someone that wants to rub down in salmon oil and go swimming with the sharks and have to get rescued by the Coast Guard. I mean, really stupid shit. Want to go mountain climbing with ice skates on and shit, and then they get lost or stuck out somewhere, or want to go they want to go hiking in the middle of the Mojave Desert with no water or sunshades or a hat. I mean, when you normally hear about these people that they have to find, they almost always, almost 100% white people doing incredibly stupid, suicidal things that they don't have to do. And they know someone will come and rescue me in the wrong, wasting tens of thousands of public dollars as much as they bitch about someone getting a free school lunch. Because white, right? And it's interesting. Have you ever been driving and seen a white person walk through the traffic like no one would dare hit me, I'm white? I mean, I got taught one of the first things is to always pay attention across the street. Someone will run your ass over, even when you're a child, to expect the world to be cruel because of who you are. Don't be surprised. Don't hate everyone, but understand that people that don't like you. For them, it's sort of like everyone should favor me. All of this should go my way. Me, I, white. And anything that tampers with that, it's bad. So in reality, a large number of white people are like spoiled children that have never been disciplined. The way that Donald Trump was acting with Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa is a corrupt piece of shit, by the way. But he wasn't wrong yesterday. He's corrupt. He doesn't care about the starving black South Africans. But he's correct that white farmers aren't the victims of genocide. Donald Trump acted like a juvenile, a baby. And all the nations and leaders of the world in Europe look and see immature 2-year-old behavior from a person that has nukes that's a billionaire. And a lot of them marvel. And in fact, what Trump is the apex of white privilege, that you can carry on and act like. And so it's Elon Musk, South Africa, another country that just invests in people because they're not black. How you get these weird characters. Stephen Miller, the little crusty, greasy, vicious, bald-headed Jew who works with Trump. You get these people, they are created because white supremacy and doesn't necessarily bring out people. In fact, people figure everything out when they're 3 and 4 and 5, when they learn about race. Basically, they get the magic words. You're better than everyone else. Everyone else is dirt beneath your feet. You're basically like a deity because you're not brown. And everyone that's not, kind of pasty, white looking, that they're trash and they don't know anything. And your lie is greater than their truth. When you give someone all of that, it's very difficult. It's sort of like telling people to wait in the line. Have you ever been taking an airplane or something and people are told to line up and you have white Americans who refuse to get in line because they're white. And by the way, if they have money, they're accommodated breaking all of the rules. There's no rule that applies to them because of their caste. It doesn't make a person have high character or maturity. In fact, it retards it. And you can see that in plantation slavery with people making babies, and you can sell the baby off if it's black, or you can deny it. You have a whole system that pretends that white is honorable and white is virtuous, when in reality it has not been so. You can't have Jim Crow, you can't have segregation, you can't have mass incarceration, health and education disparities, and ecological and environmental racism and food deserts and all the things that you have, and it'd be a virtuous, decent, honorable society. And yet the psychopathy of the nation is to proclaim we're the greatest, we're going to be great again, blah, 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 even though that's not happening. And it's not that it can't, but you see, you're going to have to be mature and look at the problem and say, hey, we've got 90 million people in this country or 100 million people in this country that aren't really making it. And you can't say they're all black. So what you do about that? It's a lot easier to say that everybody poor is black, you're doing great. And that way I don't have to pave the roads. I don't have to have good mail delivery. I don't have to have good education. I don't have to clean the water. I don't have to have FEMA respond to St. Louis or Western North Carolina because everything is white. And so until something, and I think it may happen with the current administration, that when we go into hurricane season, which is not that far away, can you imagine all the people that are going to get destroyed because FEMA and all this stuff has been eviscerated by these stupid ass homoerotic guys in Doge that just destroy everything because they're young, white, and they say so, and they hate other people. You're beginning to see rumblings across the country where people who now realize that they're not going to be able to get Medicaid or Medicare or other things because they were stupid. And it's funny, even though they're receiving disproportionately the disability money, the SNAP money, the farm handouts, almost all of the welfare and social benefits are given to primarily whites. They imagine that they don't get any of it, and blacks are hoarding it all and hating white people as white people give all their tax money to black people, when in reality, black people have been giving tax subsidies to white people to arm themselves, to kill, discriminate, and mistreat us. That's not real for them. And because of that echo chamber, white is good, white is perfect, white is healthy, white is wholesome, black is bad, black is no good, blacks are the enemies, blacks have done this. And no one can say that's not exactly true. Do you realize this is why you cannot even talk to many white Americans? Because if one truth comes up, if they concede on any point or fact, the whole house of cards falls down. Therefore, they have to double down on blaming blacks, which is why you have this black fatigue. Black people, again, didn't outsource the industrial base of this country. Black people didn't let 30 million, 40 million people come to this country unlocked. Black people didn't let 40 million Social Security numbers get stolen. Black people did not allow the CIA to bring dope into America. Almost 99% of the shit that they're bitching about, we've never had any say over and involvement in. We've been victimized by it. Maybe a couple of black criminals get something, but for the most part, it's hurt us what's gone on. But again, a black can't bleed. A black can't be a victim. Black folks, I mean, slavery was good. Every which kind of way that could get people to say they're a fellow human being in the struggle for life, they have a way to run away from it because they imagine. In fact, there's a book I have in my, as I organize my library, by a scholar by the name of David Rediger called The Wages of Whiteness. And whiteness has created a psychological aristocracy among this group of people called whites that leads them to feel as if they are better and that they are rich because they're not black. And there's a degree of truth in that because blacks pay a tax. They pay more for food, pay more for practically everything. Their APR, depending on where they are. White has its benefits. So in order to get that wage, they have to be loyal. All you have to do to lose your white card is tell a little bit of truth, like that idiot who leaked the stuff. What's this guy's name? The gentleman that gave the information, Seth Rich, the one that gave the information on the Democrats, and they killed his ass about a mile from where I live. And I happened to be out that night. He got killed on the street I used to live on. All you have to do is halfway tell the truth, start thinking, and you can lose whiteness. Whiteness is a status. It isn't racial. It's a status that people will die for or will even travel across the world to enjoy. Okay, so white fatigue, black fatigue has always existed. There was anxiety about slave revolts. Back during slavery, there was anxiety about black people running away. There was anxiety about black freedom. There's anxiety about black people reading and writing. There was anxiety about black people singing too much, black people going to church. Our existence has made them tired and fatigued, except for when they're getting the benefits from uncompensated labor, including sexual. That's the only time that they're not wanting to, and even during slavery, there were whites who wanted to kill slaves because black folks were better workers, were making white folk who were free poor, and they blamed black people for white people exploiting black people. So basically, you've got a psychotic circle jerk of genocidal white folks who are out of control, whose system is collapsing. But the collapse of the system isn't going to suddenly make them be cool and wake up. It's going to make it more reactive towards the people they've always disliked. So again, you get black fatigue. And the only antidote, your aspirin, is to be armed. And
I don't
for
think
me,
it's black fatigue. I don't think it's black fatigue. I think this is a made-up concept. I think that, look, after I watched that the hate produced, this ain't no black fatigue. It's just white fragility. They know they can be right by it.
But we're pretending as if it exists. It's not really white fragility. In reality, it's a combination of white guilt and basically white people fearing losing paradise lost, racial paradise lost.
Watch this. Chef said have a scripture, right? I'm gonna give one. And this for all white America. Not white, no, just white society, wherever this video goes. The scripture says, he that has this world's goods, see his brother in need, shut up his bowels of compassion, how dwell up the love of God in them. There is no God in you. Okay? Especially when you know you should be doing right by the most oppressed.
Mm-hmm. That's the Epistle of John. John 1:4 something.
Say you love God, but you won't do right by the people who you know you need to do right by. Miss me with your black fatigue.
Yeah, well, we don't care. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just explaining the phenomenon. Frankly, I had one of these books. I had the book Dark Ghetto. We don't have to beg people to understand or like, because we're past that. In fact, I'm an old Negro, right? So it doesn't really matter. These younger people who are a lot crazier than I would ever want them to be, they're not the kind that are going to put up with Mr. Mountain Dew. In fact, who would drink a soft drink that's named for piss? I mean, that's what Mountain Dew is, in case y'all didn't know. Mountain Dew is urine. Who would, in fact, they made a soft drink that would make people's teeth fall out that's named for urine and Mountain Dew. In case I don't know that, I mean, I'm a Southerner. Mountain Dew is another word for urine. So the Mountain Dew, they basically made a soda for poor whites. It's basically, it should be this mountain piss or a piss drink. And they hate, you mad at black people and the rich white folk poison you with high fructose corn syrup and make fun of you by making a drink the color of urine. And they get you to drink it and destroy your kidneys and your teeth. That's what I put up on Twitter. I put up that all the empires have fallen. This one too, you see, this American exceptionalism. And I'm not trying to hasten the fall of anything because, damn it, we live here, especially if you live in D.C., but all empires fall. This one will fall too. What normally destroys empires is corruption, injustice, internal issues.
Immorality.
Immorality and degeneracy, sexual and otherwise, and killing babies and so forth. People have absolutely no desire to reform or to change or to repent. And therefore, God has no obligation other than to destroy that kingdom or society. This is what I'll be talking about for Salt
So, Doc,
Sabbath.
what you're probably saying is they got God fatigue.
They have holiness fatigue. They have righteousness fatigue. They have more fatigue.
Yeah.
All kinds of fatigue.
Yeah, I've got AZT fatigue. I want to have public sex. I want to spread AIDS to everyone I want. And you're going to change the law so it's okay for me to infect other people. And you know what? If I do it, it's black people's fault because they were fucking and eating monkeys in Africa and I got this stuff. So I do what I want. This kind of thing, is them. But as I said, the American exceptionalism it's not true. And we've had to live in the shadow of this great lie all of our lives. I want to say to you within the last 2 days, to show you how crazy this is, before you ever had the Continental Congress, everybody knows the first governing body was the House of Burgesses, right, in Virginia. And I learned I had multiple grandfathers.
Brother Short, hold on 1 second real quick. Hold on. I want to say a salute to Bionic for the Cash App supporting the program, man. Salute. Salute to you. I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman, but I want to say a salute for supporting the program, hitting the Cash App. Much appreciated. Appreciate you coming through. Salute. Go ahead, Brother Dr. Short.
Several people who are literally ancestors of mine were speakers of the House of Burgesses. If you get the point, and if we really start doing it, all of us, if we start doing our genealogy, if we just get into the white side of the family, if you are really look into that, you're going to be amazed at who you come from, which makes it all the more contradictory that that guy up in the mountain doesn't have anything as illustrious in his family lineage as I do. Like I said, Mr. Finch was Speaker of the House of Burgesses roughly 400 years ago in Virginia. My grandfather, okay? And I was talking to my cousin and the Finch family. I'm learning about another way that we're related to Thomas Jefferson, who I can't stand. And so I'm talking to fellow people who look like me, and everybody that's great in America is an uncle, cousin, grandfather, great-grandfather. And Yet these idiots talking about white fatigue act as if they're somehow the creators or the inheritors of this stuff, and they're not even genetically related to it, many of them. I mean, I meet people that are recent immigrants here talking to me about people I'm actually related to that they're not, lecturing me about something they know nothing about, saying how I'm in no way connected to things that I am biologically, genetically linked to. And it's just this fantasy that they're in, but it's going to, it's busting. All you need is for the dollar to drop. Where I'm saying this to you, and I want you to hear me, I want everyone listening. In my spirit, in my spirit, in my spirit, I feel like we only have 5 more years of white folk acting like this. And I think they feel it too. I'm not talking about anything violent. I'm just saying if you look at what's happening in the heart of Africa, the brokest countries in Africa are saying no. The place where the least amount of resistance that could make a difference in the world is from the masses of lazy, drug addicted, boule-led Black people. We're not doing A-game work. We're doing, like the students I had at Lane College that would miss 8 weeks and want an A grade. We're not doing our share of the work to secure ourselves in spite of, Mr. Mountain Dew. I mean, so what? People don't like you. What about liking yourself? What about worshiping God? I was talking to a young man today, and I told him he needs to learn how to pray. He's competing. A very fine young guy. His dad's a fine person. His name is Michael Nicholson, and he's going to be competing down in Virginia Beach, I think, or somewhere down there. That prayer matters. This is a spiritual matter. And at least Black folks that pick cotton knew how to pray, knew how to turn to God, if nothing else. We've turned to weed, sodomy, sexual mutilation, trannyism, all kinds of stupid stuff. I mean, even got Negroes following that little thing. What she look like? The woman that looks like Don Rickles, Joyce Myers. Joyce Myers. You've got Kenneth Copeland that looks like a shaved down chimpanzee. You've got these idiots, not even real religion, man. And these folks are looking at these people. You got everything. You've got the Black woman trying to look like Mr. T, and damn it, some of them have got it. You've got Black dudes trying to be Diana Ross without Supremes. I guess maybe don't have enough money or clothes. We're doing.
And no one's checking them. No one's checking them either.
There's no pushback in our God fatigue, our hate of God.
Doc, watch this. Watch this. I want to co-sign what you just said about the interest rate. Today, Moody's downgraded America's stock market value. And I just put the link inside the chat. They dropped it. That's going to affect the whole stock market. If it collapsed, we're done.
No, we're not done. The system's done.
White folks are done.
The system. Well, I got money in it too.
Yep. Maybe you need to take it out.
I took some out today.
Let's really be clear about that.
You need to do it now.
Take all of them. I took some out
today. Nigga, talking to you.
You need to do an economic coitus interruptus. Pull that shit out. Pull it out. I mean,
but you don't hear that story. You don't hear people talking about that.
Well, you're not, because you know what? They're talking about white fatigue. You know what? Again, I told you, Black people are being angry with Black people is a way for the rich whites to steal the money from the poor whites and lie about everything. By the time the white folk realize they've been ripped off through Bitcoin and everything else, they'll be too busy hating black people over stuff black folks don't want to do, have never done to white people. And they'll be just as broke. But you have to understand, they fear them. Why? For all this talk about how violent black people are, and there's some violent, no good black people that the police don't even check, don't want to check them because they're used as low intensity warfare to keep black communities in chaos.
All right, so watch this now.
Oh, hold it. Let me finish. They allow that kind of chaos to reign in our communities, largely unarmed, that's peaceable. They fear the armed, crazy white people. In fact, this isn't new. De Tocqueville, the Frenchman that traveled, everyone talks about de Tocqueville. And de Tocqueville remembered one thing in particular about America. He's saying no country's going to be able to invade the United States because all these damn white people are crazy everywhere with guns. The British Army couldn't have held America even if the French hadn't done what they did, because they were getting the shit shot out of them by an armed population in upstate New York. The biggest problem they had was that they had lots of stupid, immature people. I mean, the best general they had was Benedict Arnold. Do y'all know the American Revolution could have ended in 1778? But General Gates, if I'm correct, didn't want to really fight. I think he's the right one. I got the right name. So they could have taken them out. Why? There were so many people with guns shooting at the British. I mean, the guys surrendered. Saratoga and Benning, I mean, they got their asses beat in Saratoga because the white, and by the way, the best fighters at Saratoga, they won't tell you, were black soldiers. Benedict Arnold was leading an army that was a third black that almost took out the British Army, right? You had a country full of violent people who were psychos with guns. And the closest that this country had to a revolution up until the Civil War was the Whiskey Rebellion, where, I mean, it's interesting. They had to get, like, George Washington had to get 17,000 folks to go and be prepared to shoot up people in Pennsylvania that didn't want to pay tax on their moonshine. This country's always been full of armed, violent, dangerous white men, right? That's how you got the French and Indian War. That's how you got the Revolutionary War, right? And then ultimately you had the Civil War. This country is full of people who are crazy, who don't mind killing and bombing and shooting at people, and they know this. And that's why we've always been a deflection point. Get those people to shoot down and terrorize black people and distract them from the fact that they're getting raped and robbed too. And by the way, they don't mind as long as they know we don't have anything in our pocket. When they find out that they've been ripped off of everything, it's going to be rough. And I need to just say this to you. We here in D.C., and I didn't do it, and I'm not celebrating. I think it's terrible. And I just went by there. The people that got shot outside the Holocaust Museum, and that was a Latino that shot up those Jewish people.
Yeah.
If you ever make the white masses find out that the rich masses of whites, the rich super uber ones, have stolen everything from them and have been saying nigga, nigga, nigga when they've been saying whitey, 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 putting the money in their pocket, they're going to go off on them. If you've ever seen white people shoplifting in the store, black people be like kind of hiding unless they're really like out there druggy types. White folks be bold and shit. They've been in a jewelry store. I mean, be at the cologne desk and shit because they feel entitled. If you ever unleash angry, armed, entitled white people in America, this country would be burnt as flat as a pancake. And
hold on. We have gone way over to the other side. This is supposed to be black fatigue. How do we get so narrowed down on white fatigue? Let's bring it back to black fatigue.
Because it
this
does.
Is the kind. No. That's a whole totally separate situation there. That's a whole other broadcast. We gonna stay on the blacks tonight. Let's stay on the blacks.
Well,
okay. Shout out to my address. Let's get back to the blacks now. I don't know how the white fatigue. This shit done got hijacked. Dr. Shaw, you done hijacked the shit now. Let's bring it back.
That you had that crackhead from the mountains That dude looks like his meth lab blew up on his ass.
He did, but the white boy. Hold on. Let's bring it back to the blacks now. God damn it. Let's bring it back. That shit is accurate as hell, though. It did look like it looked like the lab blew up on him. That's accurate as fuck.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I think I'm gonna refer back to. I think everybody should watch the hate produced. It's only 66 years old. If you haven't watched it, it's just 2 hours.
Do you have a copy?
You got what?
Do you have a copy?
Oh, I put it inside the chat.
Why don't you finish that? I haven't seen it in a long time.
So I'm saying black fatigue is rooted in the hate produced. You can't not run from what you produce. You can't. White folks.
Men died in North Africa fighting
There you go, Q. Let's go with
died
this.
at Anzio Beach, at Palermo, at Naples, to free Rome, to free Paris, to free Europe. Damn it. Yeah. We died to build America. And America has rebuilt Germany and Japan. And the nigger is still suffering and dying in the streets of America.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Now let's get back to what we need to get on. Let's bring it back where we gotta go. 100 plus in the building. Shout out to Bionic. Shout out to our brother ABM for being the sponsor of today's broadcast.
He never sponsored my broadcast.
There will potentially be a white fatigue, although I gotta see how I gotta break that up. That's gonna be white fatigue / illegal fatigue for the next broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Illegal. So all of the we need asylum seeking all of you fuckers. That's gonna be the broadcast for you asylum seeking lovers. Okay? Yeah, that's gonna be the broadcast for you. Who's gonna pick those vegetable ass folks? That's gonna be the broadcast for you. All right. So now let's get back onto this black fatigue. But I got Brother Black Laren in here and I got Brother ABM in here. Brother Black Laren, sir. Let's try to bring it on the black fatigue. We'll give you your white fatigue probably Saturday or Sunday. Talk to me about black fatigue, sir. If you had to put it in the subcategory under that black fatigue umbrella, what would it be for you, sir?
For us, it's a psyop. For white folks, it's like the normal everyday thing for them. I think this is just another thing to really distract us and have us on another tangent, have us feeling victimized, have us getting angry, have us getting emotional. But ultimately, I mean, we've already known that white folks carry black fatigue. I mean, that's nothing new. But going off what Dr. Short was saying, I think they see the fall and they're like, damn, we got to blame you niggers.
Negro, please.
They're
Did
like,
somebody tell you this was an all-white party?
They're ready.
This jigaboo away from me.
They're like, you motherfuckers, you niggas. Like, let's get the topic back to y'all, because like the stuff that's happening in white society is not going well. So like, you niggas, let's get the topic back on y'all. So it's just another
psyop. Tell you this was an all-white party, huh?
Q, stupid. Q, you a damn fool, Q. Hey, listen, goddamn it. Listen, let me say this, man. Listen, the white apologist, okay? The all white folks ain't bad crew. And you know, I know some good white folk, as you folks are the fucking problem. Okay? Good white, you ain't got to tell white folks that you know some good white folks. Just know that there's some good white folks that exist. But
and the white
you
folks know the good white folks too. They know and
and
they keep them
and
over there.
that part, brother Black Laren.
You know, they're like, yeah, like they're over
Keep those
there.
good white folks away from those Negroes.
Yeah.
Keep them away, because they might do some shit. Everybody can bring up a John Brown. I don't know not one Negro that won't name drop John Brown whenever they get a chance to say some shit. Okay, that's the first thing a Negro will pull out the bag. John Brown. John was out there with us. Yeah, all right, nigga, sit down. All right. So again, you know, if you're a white devil, then it applies to you. But if it don't, then let it fly. You understand? Let me go to my brother ABM. Brother ABM, man. Listen, brother ABM said celebrity has had Black America in the chokehold. Okay, and he despises a bunch of Negroes who love the celebrity worship. Okay, I have to second that, but we're gonna go. I'll raise brother ABM, and I'll say the Black politician. Okay, yeah, they can be categorized as a celebrity. But I'm gonna go right into the politics. Obama, the first black. Let's go right to that. That first black bullshit.
Thank you.
Yeah. Obama, you piece of shit. You rolled in the Rainbow fucking Brigade, sir.
I mean, he's half white. He's half white.
I want to hear you say it. Your name is Toby. You're going to learn to say your name. Let me hear you say it. What's your name?
Unta Cheetah.
Just nigga fool.
Let me speak. I did not have
When the master gives you something, you take it. He gave you a name. It's a nice name.
Nigga cute.
It's Toby. And it's going to be yours till the day you die.
Obama, what'd you do, Obama? What'd you do?
I did not have sex with that black woman. That's a lie.
I believe you. I believe you. You're zesty.
See, the house Negro was always like that.
Right, America.
I
look.
would just point blank, the black politicians, the black elected officials, it should be called the black elected orifices. Okay, that is more effective, okay? Like Hakeem Jeffries at the Diddy parties. Y'all heard about that? And that people sticking cigars in people's assholes and stuff for Hakeem Jeffries. Yes. Diddy party. I told you Hakeem wasn't shit. These people are sorry.
Pause.
What's this dude? Ras Baraka, who used to be laid up in bed with dudes getting high when I was at Howard. Yes, he did. I didn't say they're having sex, but if you're smoking weed in bed with another dude, a lot of strange shit could happen. So, nothing. Yeah, I said, fuck them. Come on, sue me so I can subpoena people that were in Carver Hall when his ass lived there. Fuck you, Ras. Okay?
What do you have to lose?
I said it. Okay.
Andrew Gillum too.
I call them gullet. And anytime you got, you have a white dude feeling your ass in a boat in front of the Statue of Liberty, right? I mean, damn. And, I would just tell you, this is a real story. You can call Mrs. Kelly, Brother Lone Wolf. I saw Andrew Gillum on CNN, and he looked so different. I didn't know who he was at first until they put the chyron, they fonted his name, and I was shocked. I called LaToya and said, you got to turn on the TV. You've got to watch the mainstream news for a minute. You're not going to believe this. I says, you need to look at Andrew Gillum's skin and look at his scalp. I says, God bless my mother, who's a cancer survivor, as I am. My mother worked with people with AIDS. My dad worked with people that had AIDS and and gay and all that stuff. And you could see the splotchy, glassy skin, the stuff in his hair. And I had told Kelly back in 2019, I used to wonder why, when you have Gay Pride Month and you see images, a lot of gay men have bald heads, all the hair is gone, and it's thinking, what is that
The medication.
about? It's the medication, as well as certain STDs kill the hair follicles.
Big toe.
And so when I see bald head or glassy patches in the hair and all, I start wondering, I mean, how are you getting down? Because your hair will snitch on you. I told her, you look at Gillum's head. Look at his skin. I don't know anything, sister. He's definitely doing crazy gay shit. And I told her within 2 weeks, he's going to have a sexual downfall.
Hey, Q, you got a bald head. Dr. Short saying you got something, man.
No.
You ain't got no hair.
No,
So you ain't got no hair.
Not everybody's that, but just see a lot of times white political types, when they're on Capitol Hill and all, they go bald. A lot of people are bald because of how they're living. You can tell by their hair. Now look at how much damn hair I got. Even if a little recede, I got buku hair. If I cut this shit off, it'll be back in 2 weeks. Just to let you know, I'm a clean liver. Let anybody, this shit will grow right back. Okay.
Hey, listen, I'm in the gym a lot, Dr. Short. I got a bald head, goddammit. Listen, I living good. I'm living good. I drink my look. This water, this beverage right here is ginger, lemon zest. It's fresh.
You're doing that white
electrolytes. You don't have to defend your baldness. Don't defend your baldness right now.
No, I know. I'm making a point. I told her, watch Gillum get in trouble. Within 2 weeks, I told Judge Joe Brown, I told a bunch of people, Gillum's going to be messing with the white gay porn star somewhere away from his, you'll see. And within less than 2 weeks later, he got busted. Everybody called me and says, I told you.
I want to get this jigaboo away from me.
And I'm saying to you that you see Cory Booker's bald.
What's up with Cory Booker? Is he married? Because he gives bussy vibes.
Look, when you see Cory
There was
Booker,
no trouble. Toby be good nigga for master. Good nigga. Don't say Toby Wade. Toby be good for your hand, boss. Good for your hand, master.
When you
All right,
you
you
fool.
You stupid.
Q a fool.
When you see Cory Booker,
His name is Raz. It's not Roz. His name is Raz.
Well,
no, honestly, that's his name. His name is. We think it's Roz. No. His name is Raz. It's Raz J Baraka.
Right, but you know what? Raz sounds so much like ass.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna fucking say that.
Because he said about Cory Booker. Look, Cory Booker, I mean, it's no secret. If I have to see that picture with Cory Booker with the tight pink shorts on and the tight pink shirt, I mean, look, come on,
His
guys.
favorite colors.
When you see Cory Booker dancing with the white dude on his back, I mean, in fact, there used to be this gay rock group called Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Raz is dancing like this soft gay porn music video. The song is called Relax. Relax, don't do it when you want it, right?
Chef, see, I'm blaming you for this left. This left.
You see Cory Booker, and the way that little midget is on his back, it looks like the video of Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax. And that's basically talking about busting a nut in the nigga's ass, right?
Negro, please.
Wait a minute. This nigga.
Somebody tell you this was an all-white party.
You just stepping their necks.
You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community. You're embarrassing yourselves. You're embarrassing our community.
Cory Booker, you know that there's an allegation that Cory Booker tried to sexually assault a white gentleman in the bathroom. The allegation is that he broke into the bathroom stall to booty bust the dude, tried to. I didn't say it's true, but it's out there, and this has been kept out because Cory Booker is in the pocket of what are these
APAC?
people? Hold on, let me finish. Y'all interrupt me. Please be quiet when I'm thinking. Okay. I forget the group. What are those folks that are over in Williamsburg and Brooklyn? The Jewish people in Brooklyn. And
the Orthodox Jews? Orthodox?
No, they're called something.
Hasidic?
Hasidic. I knew I was going to say with an H. He's in the pocket of Hasidic Jews, Cory Booker. They took him to Newark to take out Sharp James and to destroy the Black power and influence in Newark. And Cory Booker, I mean, proof of that, there's a book that Roger Stone wrote. I did a little bit with it. It's out. It's on Cory Booker. But just remember when that guy, Jussie Smollett, or as I call him, Pussy Smollett, the guy from Empire, lied about the guys trying to hang him. And I went public and said it's not true. This is some homo shit that went on between him and somebody that he knew. Because I said that little ass rope that he said was around that neck, that person's trying to help him climax. They weren't trying to lynch him because you use a much thicker rope. That's some sex rope where I want to like intensify your orgasm or whatever. Jussie Smollett went to two, I believe, closeted politicians, and he went to Lee Daniels, who's definitely gay, and the whole gay mafia to come after and attack Trump used Jussie. And who were those people? In fact, it was called the Emmett Till bill. They put Emmett Till, who's a distant cousin of mine's, name on a bill to protect gay people that Cory Booker was pushing. They made it anti-lynching. In reality, it was protect pedophiles and sodomites harassing people in public restrooms. They should call it basically protect ass fuckers bill, right? Or pedophile and ass fuckers defense bill. And that bill was supposed to come off of Jussie Smollett. The other person that I think is bi or ambisexual, I mean, who looks a lot like Joe Morton from the show Scandals, is Kamala Harris. Just change your nose a little bit. She looks just like Joe Morton. And she does. She does look like a man. And you can't screw all these people and not be kind of weird. She's probably went to a lot of Diddy parties. And Kamala's a freak. And Cory's a freak. And
Let's really be clear about that.
And
let's really be clear about that.
I mean, so Cory Booker is in the pocket. None of these people represent black people. The same way Hakeem Jeffries was at these, it's been reported in the trial for Diddy at Cold War pro-communist homoerotic sex parties sponsored by Diddy. Freak-offs were a bunch of Latin dudes who are like all greased down for Hakeem to look at them. And all the people that get put in high places are degenerate black people. So, I mean, Cory Booker is just a jilted lover away from being exposed. The thing is he must be messing with white dudes with money, because if it was some broke person that didn't get a Bentley or a car, maybe they'd go public. But yeah, I think Cory Booker's a queen. I think a lot of folks are queens. It's like I told y'all, TD Jakes and the Pootie House, because they ain't putting nothing together there.
Well, I'll tell you what with that being said, gentlemen, we're going to get ready to shut it down. Brother Black Laren, brother, what are your final thoughts on this subject matter here? So let's get up out of it. It's 3 hours. What say you, sir?
That Cory Booker's related to RuPaul. So you know what? Drinking Mountain Dew seems to run in their family.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think
Brother Black Laren, you got it.
Yo, we're like the last Pat Talk this one. I'm looking forward to the next one, White Fragility. But I think that we're having some productive discussions, and we're really facing the reality of what's going on. And I think it's us leading into the summer. People are outside. People are really expressing themselves. So I think we're really doing some productive stuff here with these conversations, and we gotta keep it going. It's exciting, and I hope the listeners are getting something out of it. I definitely am. We even had a white man that his meth lab blew up. He went outside, tapped in. I mean, that's something I haven't seen at Pet Talk. So we got some things going on, and I'm liking the energy.
Hope people donate to this thing. We should be getting super chat and all kind of stuff. It's amazing how much stuff. I mean, this is why I'm saying black people are on their F- game. This is why it's energizing people who hate our guts. You know, the worst thing to do if you had a bunch of bullies that wanted to kick your ass is to go out and get high and drunk and hang around them. Like that black dude who got drowned out in California, I think, and he was in a white fraternity and his ass is dead, dummy. You know, we're suicidal too. A lot of black folks have a death wish. They hate God because they're not white. They really want to show God. So they hang with godless white people to try to get God back for not making them white. And as a result, really bad things happen to them. But what people can do is they should give to this show. For all the people in the Angry Black Men's Book Club that are watching, I don't know how many you got, but I got about 90 watching on my platforms. We absolutely need people to support it. In fact, I want to let everybody know, brother, I'm on the Angry Black Men's Book Club on YouTube, or as I say, YouTube. We should be doing some reading. I'm going to take some drugs, some natural drugs. I'm going to take some guarana and NAC and some ashwagandha and shilajit, and I want to do some reading.
Nice combo.
Oh, yes, it's wonderful. And, I mean,
Nice
I hope
combo.
you guys like my Ofago mask. I just have to put some more holes in it because, I don't know, this is more real than he is. They actually made him black to make people hate him. They made him darker. I mean, they make certain that he hate his ass, and he's darker than me. And, you know, I went to school with Obama. Obama's lighter than I am. But we want people to support this platform. People should, before you leave, who could give $5? Somebody should be able to give Chef C, who works so hard, and he has to kiss white women's ass all day long, cooking for them and shit, putting on his
Sam,
uncle,
I know.
putting on his
It's a whole thing.
Everybody should be cash apping at least $5 right now.
It should be, and for me, folk know, they know my cash app is Dr. Randy Short. Drop it on there because the same way I was teaching these young guys today. In fact, I see a Bible I'm gonna give to. I had these Bibles I wanted to give to these young brothers, and I found one more, so I'm gonna put it aside so I can give it to my guy before he leaves town. And that's about it. But I want you guys to know that the Angry Black Men's Book Club loves Pat Talk. And before I'll be a feminist slave, I'll be buried in my grave, right? We hate feminism. We can't stand racists. We hate pussy mouth, brother fucking weak simp ass dudes. I mean, abortion clinic getaway driving niggas who want all their dead, who are bitching about anchor babies of other races. Have your own fucking black babies and take care of them, right? We're going to have this conversation, and I don't care, and all of you sisters having sex cots against the truth, since most of y'all are overweight, we're not really impacted because of our adverse about going out with overweight women. So unless you're a slim woman that's in reasonable shape, you can withhold all your pussy like Whoopi Goldberg. In fact, she said her pussy was closed. I said, you know what? Your pussy's been closed. It's your mouth that's open. We know you, Whoopi. We don't care. This is a platform where we hate feminism. I mean, HATE, feminism. and we're going to destroy it one conversation at a time. We hate racism too. However, feminism is the worst racism that's active in our community. Chef C, you see all the killing babies and all the stories they keep sending you, women putting babies in toasters and ovens and such, and then blaming black men. His father wasn't here. So you put his ass in the stove because his dad's not at home. Who taught her that? So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep making feminists angry, you know, until we bring this thing down. We're going to embolden some black men to think the world's bigger than the prepuce of their penis. And a lot of y'all got shankers at your
Amen.
penis. Even go in and get checked. The world is bigger than your dick. And if you swing both ways, it's bigger than your asshole and your dick. That's a little more complex, but it's confused still. The world is bigger than your pussy, ladies. It is not the depth of your pussy. It's the content of your character.
This nigga's a fool.
So,
shout out to this nigga, Dr. Short. God damn this nigga. We're a damn fool, yo.
We're just making, aren't you guys sick of the bullshit? Like
from Benedict Arnold to Whoopi Goldberg, we done took the Gatling tonight, boy.
This nigga said it's not the content of the coochie, but the this motherfucker's a fool.
I mean, it's true. And so I hope somebody's listening. Please be prepared. We're not going anywhere. And I mean, everybody hate somebody feminist that you know. I don't mean put your hands on. Don't speak to them. If you're a woman, wear an apron. In fact, I was talking to Chef about women should start wearing aprons to show that they're not feminists, that they're loyal to black men.
Understand me?
But
I want to hear it.
We're going to have a loyalty oath that, and we're going to swear in black.
I want to hear you say your name.
And if you're disloyal, we'll know who you are. But you know what? Things that women can do, like I said, learn how to cook, get your toenails done. I mean, your hands, y'all overdoing that. Do the feet now. I mean, nobody wants hard cheddar cheese rubbing on them at night. Work on yourself. Even Lizzo's ass is losing weight. I mean, that's revolutionary. That she went from looking like a Zeppelin to like a bottle of mayonnaise in a year. All of y'all asses can do this.
What do you have to lose?
And for brothers, please. Said this to Tariq that interviewed me. To the young people listening, give the other sex a chance. Ignore what you hear. If you want to be rebellious, be straight, God-fearing. You want to be a rebel?
Amen.
Yeah. Love dick if you're a woman, and love God if you're human.
You told me he was mine, master. You said when we were bringing him.
Love heterosexuality and love sharing and helping other people. Be a real rebel. Rebel against bullshit. Stop conforming to bullshit. Stop being a stupid ass baby killing pork chop feminist who knows that you bisexual hoes out there, that the man not only munches your cooch better than your girlfriend does, he pays for it. Stop double dipping hoes.
So, Mr. King, you best not miss.
Shout out to Dr. Short. Shout out to Dr. Short, goddamn. That's all I can say to that, man. Shout out to this motherfucker, man. Let me go to my brother ABM, man. This nigga's crazy. Let me go to brother ABM. Brother ABM, man, you got your final thoughts, man. Salute for checking in, man. And I appreciate you again for becoming a sponsor of today's broadcast, sir.
No problem, man. Hey, listen, final thoughts. We're going to have to start learning to come out of our pockets and support what you claim you want. You claim you want patriarchy. You claim you want grassroots black media. Well, then it's time to support the channel. I'm getting tired of hearing people, it's 60, 70, 100 people watching the shit. And it's all these comments. Everybody's joking and trolling in the comments, but nobody's supporting with the dollars. But meanwhile, you won't hesitate to go down to the corner Indian liquor store, get your drink. You support the weed boys in front of the liquor store more than you support the channels that you claim you like. As Dr. Short said a second ago, you have no problem with buying cooch, wigs, nails, lashes. Support the damn channel. Come out your pocket, support the damn channel. It's not going to kill you.
And you know what? I spend a lot of money in gay clubs. I never understood that sisters that hate gay men, but they party with gays. Y'all fucking psycho. I've never, you go to a place where no one will ask you for pussy and then go on something, chat and complain about no one asking you. I'm confused. And I'm 60.
Speaking of women, this week the report came out 100,000 black women lost jobs this month.
60,000.
Black fatigue.
But black fatigue. Listen.
That's black fatigue.
Trump told you 2 years ago he was sick of you niggas. He told you this day was coming.
Dr. Short told you 6 years ago that they were fucking sisters.
Yeah, you there's going to be a lot of tired black motherfuckers standing in front of gas stations asking black men to give you gas money. Black fatigue is black men tired of getting text messages with women asking them to cash app them lunch money.
Amen.
The days of playing games with black men are over. And speaking of the job report, black men gained jobs in May. So black women lost 100,000 jobs, 160,000 jobs. Black men gained 50,000. Don't look now, feminists, but things are getting back in order.
And you know what else? There's going to be, when they lay off all those people, let's just be honest. Every woman has a natural home business. Basically,
come on, that's sure.
Literally, every woman, whether they're married or not, is basically a living pussy truck. You were born with the business, and my thing is that a lot of people aren't managing it properly, and so we can have this conversation, but what happens when the economy crashes? If there are too many people with pussy trucks competing, the price is going to go down for the burrito or whatever it is that you're selling. And that's why, the smarter thing to do is to get married, to rediscover being a wife and being able to cover those two bases I talked about. An empty scrotum and a full stomach. It's really not that hard. It's a pretty easy job to cover that, because a lot of people aren't even picky about what they'll eat. They'll even eat you. The thing is, make certain that using that masking kill regularly. Nobody wants to get strep throat off of a dirty cooch. It's really bad, right? So, right. Pay attention to detail under the hood. Get the little corners. Don't miss the spot. It's important, especially if someone's a telemarketer and you take them out because you didn't clean yourself. Then you want to be munched out, and then you ruin somebody. So then they can't work. Then you'll be mad. I thought we were going to Red Lobster. Okay, go too bad, right? So, come on.
Well, listen. Let me go to my brother Q, man. Brother Q, man. Your final thoughts, sir. Salute to Q. Brother Q, your final thoughts, sir.
Toby be good nigga for master. Good nigga. Don't say Toby Wade. Toby be good for your hand, boss. Good for your hand, master. All right. All right.
Damn fool, yo.
You crazy.
Hey, man. Q, let them know what's shaking, man. Stupid. Yo.
Learn how to get along with black men.
Let's talk
They're
to
too lazy to sell pussy like back in the day. This ain't the 70s no more. Learn how to get along with a black man again. That's the equivalent of being a farmer. That's the equivalent of growing your own food. Learn how to get along with a black man so you can have extra income in your home. Shit is real.
And extra inches in your loin. I mean, it all one hand washed together, right?
Q, you got the flow, man.
Hey, I'll be in Flint in August. That's all. I will be in Flint, Michigan in August, man.
Yes, indeed.
Flint still got bad water, regardless what the EPA said. The residents saying the water is still bad. Flint is a sister city like any other urban city in the Union where Democratic leadership has sold black people out.
Is the mayor still a black woman?
Yeah.
And she's boule. So it's a light-skinned bitch in one of those Greek letter organizations. I think she's a Delta. And she's not doing shit. You know, that's the other thing. Having a pussy doesn't make you a freedom fighter, although it can free you if you get yourself some. We need to up our game, sisters. You know, Betsy Ross was a white woman that had black women make the first American flag in Baltimore. And she didn't just sit on the fact that she had a cooch as a white woman. She actually did something to back up her white men fighting to create a country where she could piss on and get you guys to be feminists and kill babies and hate your brothers. What is the work of black women to turn black America around? Find something to do, whether it's making a sweet potato pie or at least telling your fat sister, like, did you see that one I sent you the thing on, Chef C? The 700-pound sister that got down to 600 pounds and she died. And she had a belly that looked like she was giving birth to Fat Albert as an adult. It's very important, right? And so, yeah, I'm deliberately making this hard to listen to because you know what? We've heard sisters yapping and bitching our whole lives. Pat Talk is designed to be a reaction to decades of listening to feminist the psychopathy of crazy pork chop feminist vaginal monologue. And so now we're men talking stupid like women did from the late 60s to now. If you don't like it, you're actually having a black male experience. I think if all black men just start saying what the fuck they actually think or feel, the other black women that get annoyed, the same way white people get annoyed when we talk about shit, we may be able to get a real dialogue. And things will go from basically what most black men do, which is begging for pussy or food, that we can have a more complicated discussion as human beings, if you can grant me that.
Well, I'll say this, salute to you as well. Let me give a real salute real quick to Bionic real fast, coming through with the final, well, with another cash app to help support the program.
Salute.
I appreciate you, Bionic, man. Salute. Appreciate your contribution, fam. Coming through in the clutch on the end there. And salute to our brother Q. He's out in Flint, August, y'all. Make sure y'all see what our brother Q is on and keep it posted on what the brothers got going on over there. Particularly on Tuesdays, though. I also want y'all to be aware he's doing some good work with the sisters over there on Tuesday. Make sure y'all tap in to Q's broadcast on Tuesdays with the two sisters over there.
My big sister out of St. Louis.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sister Azima is every Tuesday, and actually Chief Mimi comes every other Tuesday, who's also a friend of Dr. Short's as well. Very interesting information that those sisters are bringing, knowing who you are and understanding what's the difference between laws, policies, and amendments. It's very important that we understand there's a difference between all three. And right now we're going into understanding the implications of the 14th Amendment.
No, there's some fly stuff they got going on over there, y'all. I've been tapping into it on my little travels, and leaving my little likes, catching they spin backs. But they really they're really excavating some shit over there, y'all, and they dropping hella game. So definitely tap in. I believe they do what 7 o'clock? Is it 7 or 8 o'clock over there on
Nine.
Tuesdays?
It's nine. It's nine.
9. Okay.
9
o'clock.
p.m. every Tuesday. Like I said, it's very very interesting information that's being given when you information that you know coincide with information that other people are bringing. It gives you clarity on who you are, and it's very important that we know who we are. It's very important that to know who. Everything is not going to be applicable for everybody that say they black, and we need to understand that clarity needs to be explained. Uh, so every Tuesday we do it on Let's Talk Cool at 9 o'clock, and understand, like I said, that you know it's very very important for us to know the two constitutions. It's not one; it's two, and understanding that it's supposed to be a constitutional republic, and what's a corporation and what's America, what is the United States, what is the constitutional republic. So understanding it's a bunch of moving parts, and how the President Trump, how he's opening some doors that if SCOTUS attacks the 14th Amendment, not attacks it, but addresses the 14th Amendment. And realize one thing, the 14th Amendment, you guys, has never been ratified. And how if SCOTUS looks into the 14th Amendment, what could be the ramifications of them discussing an amendment that was never ratified? It's there, but it's not there.
Hey, so my motto is just say go. Just say go. And if they're worried about what to do for construction, my motto is hire black. So just say go, everybody. Just say go. Just say go.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother.
Just
Brother Q, that is phenomenal work you guys, you ladies, well, guys and ladies are doing over there at Q. I've been flowing with it on the low. Like I never been able to really catch it live, but my little 6 a.m.s, I'll be having that in the background on some. It's heavy shit y'all chopping down over there, man.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
it's important because a lot of times you'll hear of certain people feel like they're practicing their sovereignty and they don't have a license and they're able to travel without a license, and you be hearing this stuff and you sometimes think that it's a bunch of wackos, and it's really not the case. Getting to understand, like when you step into a courtroom, all of these symbols, Lady Justice having a blindfold, and all of this stuff has a lot of stuff going on when you're going into a superior court, and what's being just who does it affect? What makes you a citizen?
I've got a question to ask you. Do you know why Lady Justice has a blindfold? Because she didn't get me the Diddy punch. That's why.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, brother Otto in the chat. It was never ratified, so it's very important that we understand it, and understanding how when you ever one of the things that I actually like, and I'm gonna just finish it up, is when a justice SCOTUS, when they make a decision, a lot of times we only read what was affirmed by Supreme Court. It's very important that we also understand what was in the dissenting opinion, because the dissenting opinion becomes law. The dissenting opinion for the most part, will be able to be used in an oral argument. Right now, you have a bunch of rogue judges running around doing a bunch of stuff in different areas of the country, and they can do that. But I'm gonna explain it to you. These judges can do what they're doing. SCOTUS cannot get involved until those judges get challenged. SCOTUS cannot do nothing on their own. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing until a case is brought before them. Once a case is brought before them, that's when SCOTUS can step in and make decisions. So I know a lot of times we'll be like, damn, why the Supreme Court ain't saying nothing? Why they just letting stuff go on? They can't say nothing until a case is brought before them. And then they decide to make certain decisions. And I know a lot of people that are black don't like Justice Thomas or feel Justice Thomas has sold out. Just read some of his dissenting opinions. Some of his dissenting opinions will support what you think black people in America are deserving of.
Facts.
Salute to Brother Q. I'm going to go to Brother Wolf. We get ready to shut this thing down. Brother Wolf, man, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you, sir. Matter of fact, hold on. Excuse me. Wait 1 minute here.
Stack you hard, fool.
I'm gonna say these words. Have you considered a handgun? Have you considered a revolver? Have you considered a shotgun? Have you considered a semi-automatic rifle? Look, we're in some very interesting times. And as I open the broadcast today with the words from Dr. Clark that people who don't put no respect on their ancestors, their offspring won't respect them. And we're here. I would encourage everybody to just check out the video, the hate that hate produced. We are 66 years away from that video that was aired in 1959, Dan Rather, and it actually introduced Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam.
Mike Wallace.
But yeah, Mike Wallace.
Okay.
To the whole nation. Check it out. Because we're talking about fatigue, but we ain't talking about the roots of the fatigue. Okay. And with that said, again, just go to lwftraining.com and just hook me up and leave a message. But I need you guys to really consider being responsible gun owners, gun users. We're in some, again, very volatile times, and it's time to get serious. I enjoyed the broadcast tonight. All those who supported, who shared, who liked, who donated. But look, y'all gonna stop robbing us. The scripture says,
really be clear about that.
will a man rob God?
Well,
yes, he will.
Would a nigga rob God? Absolutely, dead ass right, he would.
It don't cost you nothing to share. It don't cost you nothing to like. It don't cost you nothing to send you $1 or $2.
And treat us like white.
Yeah, treat us white.
Because you know what? White folk be supporting white supremacists. Black not support black folk who support black self-respect. So you know what the Bible says, where your heart is, there's the treasury. If your heart is in white supremacy or in Asian Pacific supremacy or nuestra familia supremacy, then our black asses may as well just do mass suicide. In fact, give ourselves a big gulp Jim Jones cup of Kool-Aid and just do white supremacy a favor.
And I'll end with this. Look, this is Malcolm X. He would have been 100 years old on the 19th. 100. I think you need to put some respect on him. His words are still relevant as it was some 60-some years ago. So some respect on Malcolm. And I'm going to land my plane with that.
And Chef C.
Hold on 1 second, Brother Short. Hold on 1 second, man. Yes, indeed. Go ahead, brother.
I'm going to invite some people if you want to come over. I have a book on the mass killing of black people all over the South following the Civil War. And I was going to do a little bit of reading on that for the Angry Black Men's Book Club as a teaser. And so just let them know that I'm on YouTube, the Angry Black Men's Book Club. And we keep it real up in here. And I want to thank the 3,020 subscribers. You know that I should have 30, but that's all right. We'll just keep doing it, until the house comes down. But I want people to check that out. So I'm going to grab that. And from the Reverend Dr. or Bishop, Right Reverend Bishop Dr. Stephen N. Short Senior Library, from which we do the Angry Black Men's Book Club, I will be reaching into my family archives, and we're going to be reading tonight. I may take, in fact, I got a couple of good books, and they'll be talking about black people defending themselves. You didn't get your freedom with niggas marching, getting bit by dogs. That John Lewis shit, he like getting beat because he's a sissy, people. Let's just be honest about that. To me, once you find out John Lewis like, gay shit, I mean, him getting beat has a whole different thing to me. I see why he was on the front lines. We didn't get free getting our asses beat begging. We got free because people like my great grandfather, Basil Kelly, who became a sergeant in the Union Army. That's some major shit there. These folks took up guns and shot at people. My other grandfather, Lancaster, and by the way, both men served in the Civil War in their 60s. My grandfather Basil was born either on 1800 or 1801 or in the 1790s, and fought in the Civil War starting in 1861, meaning he was either 60 or 61 when he decided to fight. My other grandfather was born in 1792. 1792, 1796, whichever. We'll just say it 5, which means he was 66 when he started fighting in the Civil War. 66. That's 6 years older than I am. That was an old high yellow nigga that hated slavery and racism. We shot our way to freedom. And I want y'all to donate because I got this book I gotta buy, and it talks about some massacres of black people in the Civil War I haven't even heard of. We need to start talking about how bloody this thing has been. We have our heads up our asses, as Diddy and other people would like, and I'm trying to pull that head out. If you put your head somewhere, put it in pussy, not in the ass, okay? We can dispute that later, but, just for general purposes, an exit will never be an entrance, okay? And a slave never becomes free, okay? And I'll tell you something about black folks. We got a very interesting habit. A slave never bites the hand that whips it.
This nigga, you just gonna drop the mic like that, nigga? All right, salute the brother Dr. Short. God damn it. You just gonna drop the fucking mic. Salute the brother Dr. Short. God damn it. Well, listen here. Y'all make sure y'all go over to brother Dr. Short. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this was one of those kind of broadcasts, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we had the brothers in here full and heavy today, just to have the conversation. Right? I gotta tell you, man. You know, as we constantly look forward to trying to bring these particular programs to y'all, you know, some might say, hey, well, these niggas is coons too. I said, well, listen, if being honest, actively honest about the collective of our people is wrong, then I think there's some soul searching that you would have to do on your own to get a better understanding of what you're not doing. Because the majority of the men that speak on this platform, they're active in their communities. So with that being said, black fatigue, yeah, I just would say we have black disappointment in areas where we would ultimately want to see so much better for our community. And it just keeps on coming up short. There's still hope, family. I believe that Black America will get its act together collectively to make some of the changes that are necessary to get exactly what it is that we need as a people. There's going to have to be some things that have to get cleaned up, and it's just a part of the process. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. Make sure you also go and subscribe to my alternate platform, The Cook Up with Chef C. On that platform, we don't do the blackity black. We just do food. But you want your blackity black dosage, you come over here and you get it unapologetically, ladies and gentlemen. Also, make sure don't you hesitate to go check out my brother Juan J. Johnson, LWF Train. He is our sponsor for season 2 of On the Index. Right? And definitely check out any of the other brothers that have been on here today and go support their programs. Go check him out. Solid brothers. Right? So I want to thank all of y'all for joining us here today, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pat Talk. I want you to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, as always, okay, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out. Salute.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy. to death Negroes are my enemy. Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.